Hey everybody, this is Marty Richardson with a couple of amazing guests I have right here. These are two members of J.K. Strong, Heather Karras on my right and Michael Karras on my left here. And these two are near and dear to my heart for many, many years. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about their story first off. And as most people know, the JK thing is a really big deal in Dog Nation, as Jack Kelly is the reason I started Dog Nation. And so JK is on all the Dog Nation jerseys. And after I think it was third Dog Bowl was pretty early on.
Yeah.
I met Heather, and she said she wanted to put a team in, and she said, I want to call my team J.K. Strong. I said, wait a minute, do you know Jack Kelly? And she's like, who? And turns out, sadly, Michael's father, Heather's husband, Jeff Karras, passed away, and hence J.K. And it didn't really stop there, did it, Heather? Because
no.
On the similarities, and we ended up, tell us a little bit about Kathy Kelly, the widow of Jack Kelly.
Yeah, so Kathy, I met her the first time I was out here for a dog bowl, and we just hit it off immediately. She wanted to meet me. We have something very similar we share in common, losing our husbands, same initials. Come to find out, we're a day apart in birthdays. We have so much in common, it's crazy, and we're just like an instant friendship.
Yeah, that was really cool, because we actually got to do a double celebration birthday at one of our
Yes.
comedy work nights, right?
Yeah.
And Michael, you're a twin, right?
I am.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about your hockey career and also about your twin.
Yeah, so I grew up playing at Littleton Hockey Association. Played for Brian Teneyck, who I know you know.
Yeah.
After that, played 2 years of juniors, and I'm now playing at Post University, which is out in Waterbury, Connecticut.
Nice. And so you were out today.
I was out today, 2 shoulder surgeries in the past 2 months. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So that's not enough to keep you out of the game, though.
Correct.
Yeah, and that's because your name's Karras, because they never give up, do they?
Yeah, no, they don't.
So tell us about, you guys have a special patch on your shoulder this year. Of course, it's J.K. Strong in the front, but I know it sounds like, I think you designed that, Michael.
I did design this.
You want to tell us what that means, bud?
So the flower, Lily, her favorite flower, and then the purple, you can see it's a little ribbon with the sticks. Purple is, I don't know if I want to, do you want to get into that? Okay. So the purple represents pancreatic cancer, which she unfortunately has. But we figured we'd add it to this because it's not, it's not just J.K. Strong. It's Mama H Power. We're all fighting together for him and for her.
Wow.
So,
you did a great job on that. You got to be proud of your son pulling
Very
that off,
proud.
right?
Yep.
So tell me what you did. Did he surprise you by putting that on there, or did you?
No,
how did that all happen?
he kind of said he wanted. He goes, Mom, we need to have something with you on the jersey as well.
Yeah.
So let's do this, and we put it together. And then Rick Bowe was able to put this at Total Team Sports, I think, and make the jerseys for us. So there we are. The only thing we're missing here is his twin sister, Marina.
Yeah, so tell us about her.
Who's also a hockey player, or grew up playing hockey, and unfortunately stopped at the end by one too many concussions.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah,
we see a lot of that in Dog Nation.
Yeah.
In fact, our check just a couple days ago was for a concussion.
Yeah.
And so,
but now she's a chef out in Napa. And
that's not so bad.
Yeah,
not
so
a bad place to go.
Not a place to visit either.
Yeah. So you mentioned pancreatic cancer, and as we know, a big part of Dog Nation is helping families in need, and sometimes that's financial, a lot of times, but more importantly, it's emotionally and even spiritually at times. And your son told me outside, he says, what does your mom need most? And he says she needs prayers. And I said, Don, I've already been doing that. So otherwise, how are you feeling? How's your health?
You know what? This week, I feel good. The week right after treatment, I'm every other week. I have chemo.
Yeah.
And it's pretty intense.
Yeah.
But the week after, I'm not so good. But this week has actually been great.
So how long have you known that you've had it?
2 months.
So it's pretty early in the game here.
And we actually had an amazing opportunity to go down to MD Anderson and get a second opinion.
Wow.
Hoping the doctors in Colorado were crazy, but unfortunately it was confirmed. but they confirmed diagnosis, but they also confirmed treatment, that my doctor knows very much what she's doing.
Yeah.
And we'll just keep hitting this hard. I had my first rescan yesterday, so we'll find out next week. I'm hoping we've shrunk this thing considerably, and
Yeah.
I keep telling, this thing picked the wrong person to mess with.
Well, you know, I can attest to that. A lot of this is mental for sure. We see that in Dog Nation all the time, and I know that like you're also extremely fit. You've done CrossFit stuff and working out. I mean, it's the passion for you.
Right.
And certainly that is on some of the people that we've seen that have survived on the other end, the Dave Repshire, and so they always have a common thread. There's two things that they're determined, like you are, and they're fit when they go in. And so both of those are really, really, really big on your side. So Michael, tell me about your mom. I mean, you got to be proud of her.
Well, she's probably the healthiest 59-year-old woman you'll ever see. I know that much.
Yeah.
We were, well, coming up with, what we were going to put on the patch. We were thinking, all different types of stuff, but we came up with, obviously, Mama H Power, but we call her, my sister and I call her BME, which means best mama ever.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, nothing stops her.
Yeah.
And this definitely isn't either. So.
Are you trying to make her cry right now? Or me? Or both?
Yeah, probably both.
Yeah.
Doesn't take much.
I know
Doesn't
between
take
the three of us,
much.
we've done that a few
Right?
times over the years, right? So, this is, I wish your dog was here too, because we've had some pictures with all four of us, I know, over the years, and we've had some kind of crazy ones. We went to an Avs game, or I went to an Avs game with a prospective donator. It was just last season.
Mike.
And I sit down, and literally the person, it looks like we got a game coming on here, so we're gonna have to cut out. The game's about to start, and we'll catch up later. But thank you for coming
Sounds
on.
good.
Thank you so much,
appreciate
Marty.
it.
All right.
Thank you, Marty.
You got it. Bye.
And welcome to the 10th annual Dog Bowl Classic here from the Edge Ice Arena in Littleton, Colorado. I'm Manny Furtado for Shaw Hockey Productions, and I've got Marty Richardson alongside of me. And I believe Gabe Gauthier is going to be joining us here. Tonight's featured matchup is between MTech, dressed in pink to our right, and to our far side, they've got Austin Shaw in goal, and opposite is Denver Concrete in the baby blue, and Denver Concrete in goal is Ryan Ouellette. We're just underway with this 15-minute first period run clock, and right away Kyle Ostro picks up the puck and advances at a long pass as he's looking for Hank Crone from DU, and he misses the mark here, so we've got a face-off in the game's first whistle. So this is a platinum game, and this is a huge game for both teams, as out of the 6 teams in the Platinum Division, only 4 advance. We'll give you more details on what's at stake here as the game progresses. And off the faceoff, it's stolen, and here comes Shore. Shore all alone brings it in and takes the shot, but Ouellette makes the game's first big save there. And Ouellette keeps it a scoreless first period thus far, as Shore streaked through the middle, and he was hit with a pass in stride. We've got Marty Richardson on the headset now. Marty was just doing an interview, a pregame interview, as you heard. So
Yeah.
good to have you, Marty. Welcome.
Excellent.
And off the faceoff, Schwartz wins it back, and Colby Bukes recoils. He avoids Shore's forecheck and sends it up the left-hand side, where it's picked up by Tyler Polson. Polson, who had 3 goals the other night and was player of the game. And the nifty little player from working out of the ECHL this past year. Meanwhile, Shore moves it back over to Crone. Crone all alone brings it in, and a backhander as he tries to tuck it in 5-hole on Ouellette, but Ouellette wasn't fooled. Michael Hankey sends it back up ice, and chopping ice there is strong from Dartmouth. Puts a shot in on Shaw, and Shaw seals the wall over there. And quickly counterattack as Quayler brings it in for MTech. Quayler takes a rising shot, and this one Ouellette sees all the way.
So yeah, since we took some of the pregame away here, we have Denver Concrete won their first game 3-2, as you mentioned, with Tyler's 3 goals, and MTech. Where were they in that first game? I think
MTech ended up
5-5.
They were a 5-5 tie, even though we went to a unofficial shootout, but they get 1 point for that. So MTech really needs this game And they don't need a tie, they need a win. Meanwhile, cycling around is Concrete. Concrete back up high. That was Selaney, and the shot down low, trying to dig it up and recovers it back behind the cage. Looking for it there is Strong. Strong sends a cross-ice feed and a rising wrister, and Shaw is able to move from left to right. And we have two top-notch goalies here today. We've got Ryan Ouellette to our left. Ryan Ouellette will be playing with the Tri-City Storm this next year in the USHL, and of course Austin Shaw, who played at Princeton.
And also at Ferris.
And at Ferris.
Those
You're
are
right.
Ferris pads he's got on there.
And there is Josiah Slavin making his first appearance here. Slavin, the centerman, and he's floating around that blue line. The puck escapes the zone, and Doobie Westcott sends it quickly straight up ahead. There's Slavin. Slavin's got a man, Selaney, and his pass gets deflected, and it never got through. Puck is scaled hard off the boards for an icing call, and we're coming back.
Yeah, we got some big talent on the ice and the jerseys there, but the referee sweaters too. That's Seth Mukai and Peter Friesman, both NCAA referees for many, many years. So also donating their time today, Manny.
Fantastic. We also have Ted Gerke, who is longtime board member for Dog Nation, and he's on the headset as well. Welcome,
Thank you,
Todd. And there's Hank Crone with some speed. Last game we saw Crone and Shore really developing some chemistry. They've got Kyle Ostro out there too. And Costro often is the quarterback. You've got two guys like Ostro and breaking in, and that was offsides there. You've got two guys like Ostro and you've got Crone. And you put them with Drew Shore, and that's a potent attack, gentlemen.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, there's a lot of DU breezers out there again, as you mentioned the other night.
And a little bit of speed.
Jeff Rodell makes a miss, feathers a pass, and he finds the seam in Ostro. Ostro back down low. He's covered there closely by number 25, Alex Bates of Sacred Heart, and the puck is pushed up to the half boards. Colby Bukes sends it back over to the middle, but Rodell is able to get a stick on that one. And Austin Snedden, who was wearing the Kokanee jersey last time, is now wearing...
Good steal. Here we go.
Here we go. Here comes Crone. Crone's got Shore again. Crone sets up. There's Shore. Back to Crone. Off the boot to Shore, and one too many. Didn't get the shot off. Shore looking up high. Now he looks low. He gets tied up there, and Snedden's able to take the puck away, but it's too far, and Crone puts it right in front. Drive from Ostro, and clearing attempt, and here comes Colby Bukes from Mankato.
I think they took this giving theme a little bit too seriously out there. They about 3 passes too many.
That was, yeah, they should have had a shot on that one.
Should have. We've got replays courtesy of Shaw Hockey Productions. Mike Shaw is doing a great job on the board here, and we'll turn it around in just a sec here, Marty. Bates goes back in those distinctive blue. Right in front, and just missing was Quayler. Quayler had a wide open opportunity. He was one-on-one there with Ouellette, and he hits the post.
Goalie's best friend.
Bates working off the wall. Bates feathers one back over to the far side. Up to Bates. And just inside, and Morton sends it back down into the corner. Curling away is Polson from pressure. Backed up to Bates. He didn't have a lot of room, and he had a little punch shot there. And the puck comes to the stick of White. White loses it back up into the slot area, and a backhander there. Shaw makes the save. Puck is still loose, but Shaw recovers and covers and holds.
I'm waiting to see if Polson's going to have another game like he had, what was it, yesterday? What an unbelievable.
Yeah, 2 days ago. It's Thursday night, our first game.
These days all mush together.
Yeah, they do, don't they, Todd?
So the face-off to the left of Austin Shaw. Austin Shaw has a big family presence online watching this game, so we welcome all of the Shaws. Puck goes over to the far side where Quayler picks it up in stride. Quayler with his head up, and he brings it in over as he is challenged there by Bates. Trying to pick up the puck one more time was May, and May drags it back to the middle, picked up by White. White off the wall, and there a little blocker save and another.
Out of the air.
What hand coordination by Tom May. puck is swept back down, but Colby Bukes will get to it first, and Bukes casually sends it back over to a line mate. And streaking up is number 9, Sam Morton. Sam Morton, also a Mankato State player, and Morton loses it. Coming back out is Quayler. Quayler looks to make one miss. Jeff Rodell steps in, but he's stick checked from behind, and Quayler holds his man off, but he can't gather the puck in, and Polson and Morton do a job. Polson on the far side picks it up, tumbles, picks it right back up, and he sends a pass into Michael Hankey. Hankey can't find the handle, and the bouncing puck is settled. Cross ice feed. Picking it back up is Doobie Westcott. Westcott sends one cross ice, looking for a man, and it comes back to Strong. Strong back behind the cage to Westcott as Westcott was sneaking in from his deep position.
Good stick there.
Back to Cam Spicer, the main University of Maine player. Cam Spicer. And taking it down low was Cam Strong. Strong thinks about Spicer, sends it back down low to the Dartmouth player, number 12, that's Strong. And the puck comes back over into the far side corner where Drew Shore loses it momentarily. And picking up that puck was number 14. And that's John Driscoll. Driscoll is a new ad for this MTech pink team. Driscoll, a defenseman. And a big one at that. He played his youth hockey here at the T-Birds. Osro looking for Shore. He looked him off as he was looking at Hank Crone, and he feathers it over to Shore, and Shore knows he missed one there. Puck comes back over to the left-hand side. Shot goes back through. Solani holds it up there as Driscoll bodies him up. And back behind, that's a loose term, back behind the cage, especially in this. And there Shaw holds on and covers.
A lot of back and forth.
Yeah, you've seen the Shaw this time. I don't know if you remember a couple nights ago, man, he was playing the puck a lot and just sliding it back out. And this one's got a little more on the line, and I've noticed him holding the, this is the third one he's covered up, that he really could have moved.
He is. So MTech with 1 point in the standings really needs a win to advance. Concrete already has a win. Slavin with the puck. He sends it right back over to Bates. Bates takes a stick check from Crone, sends it up but not out, but it was recovered, and nice little back pass from Slavin to Bates. Bates winds, he's looking for the top corner, couldn't find it. Slavin covering the deep position. Bukes is there. Bukes walks it off the wall, brings it in. He's got a man in the middle. Shot right away by Bates.
Oh, there he goes.
And a shot, goal, and it's scored. And picking up the garbage was Austin Snedden. So Snedden, who played his college hockey at ASU, and he's got those ASU socks and gloves. Maybe that's bringing him some good luck today.
Great first save. Needed a little help from his D to clear people out in front.
Yeah.
Snedden could be there all day. So Snedden gets the game's first goal, 1-0. You had Bates as well as Colby Bukes, so two defensemen leading that offensive attack. Here comes Quayler with some speed as Bukes sizes him up and does a little poke check there. Quayler takes it over to the far side where Tom May picks it up. May, little backhander as he's looking for Justin White. Back over to Quayler, past his outstretched stick, but it's Rodell who comes up with it. I don't think we've mentioned Rodwell yet, so we've got Rodell and Rodwell. And Snedden with a strong stick check, and he takes the puck away. He feathers one up ahead as he looks for Hawkinson, and Hawkinson puts one on. Brian Hawkinson, who's played at St. Cloud and is now transferred to CC. He'll be playing with his old T-Bird teammate, Josiah Slavin, next year.
Yeah, I don't think Rodwell's here today, Manny. I'm looking on the bench over there. That's a smaller bench than normal, and I'm not seeing the ND colors that we saw the other night.
Well, you know, knowing coaching and Kevin Connors, and maybe he's a healthy scratch, so
yeah,
we'll have to see.
Could be.
We'll have to follow up on that one. Meanwhile, Doobie Westcott sends it back over to the left-hand side as Schwartz brings it in. Austin Schwartz hits the brakes, looks for an avenue, sends it right back, and it's intercepted. Here comes White. White sends it back over to Quayler. Quayler gets upended with a nice stick check from Austin Schwartz, who will be the Air Force player. Schwartz with the puck and the head up, avoiding one, and he gets it right back. Schwartz takes it through center ice. Quayler waits. Tries to make it through
Redemption there.
but he can't do so, and he goes tumbling. Quayler with the puck. He's got a man in the middle. That's Tom May, and he loses it. And coming back, we have a 3-on-2 developing. 3-on-3. If there's some hustle on the backside, here's the shot. Ricocheted, and the rebound picked back up and brought over to the near side half boards. Looking for it there is Spicer. It escapes his stick, and all the way down to Ryan Ouellette. Ouellette with a streaking Hank Crone on him, and the long pass. Crone gets enough on it. Shore keeps it in. Throw back to Ostro. Shore tucks it back to the safety. Picks it right back to Driscoll. Driscoll sends it back over to the right-hand side, and down low. Crone working down low out of the corner. Washed by a couple, but his pass never got through, and it's taken back by Spicer. Quickly. Counter-attack. Crone brings it in on his backhand, squares up, takes the shot. It gets deflected off of Spicer's leg and over into the far side corner. Here comes Rodell, and the whistle blows as the net is off the mooring.
A lot of momentum here for MTech. They need it.
Yeah, they need it. They need to figure out a way to tie this up. As you were talking about the standings there, with 3 points for a win, 1 for a tie. It's tough to advance with 2 ties.
Only the top 4 teams advance. The bottom 2, and we've got a heck of a game coming up. We'll talk about that a little bit later between TAG and FirstBank. Meanwhile, back to the live action. There's Bates, quickly slides it over to Polson. Polson hits the brakes. Polson looking for an outlet. Finds the lane, and it's over on the far side, and it goes off of Bukes' boot, and Shore headmans it back over to Crone. Crone 2-on-1 with Ostro. Ostro takes the shot, and what a save by Ouellette, moving from left to right. Back up, upended. We've got the game's first penalty, and it's coming up, and it's going to be on concrete. Quickly, Ostro with the shot, and he misses the net. He sends it in, up and over.
He tried short side high first, and that didn't work, and then he went back to far side and blew the whole frame.
So we got the game's first power play, and the power play is going to go to Kevin Connor's group.
Looks like they're going to wait it out and start it with the next period. I don't know, with the face-off being down in this end, they may have been served to try and hurry up and win a draw.
Yeah, the runtime throws a whole nother strategy into the game, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So Bukes' trip is effectively at the 0-0 mark on this running clock, and good point. We go to the, I think they'll take the break. Looking at some of those guys in the locker room this morning, they might have had a little rough one last night.
And a short bench.
Yeah,
got 2 lines versus 3 here.
Yeah, a little comment on Austin Shaw in the net there. His father, Dave Shaw, was best friends with Todd Smith, and Todd Smith was our recipient at the 2019 golf tournament. Sadly, Todd passed away not much after that, and he was the sole custodian of 2 daughters, Tatiana and Haley. And kind of just when you see like what happens with Dog Nation and taking people in, Austin has 2 new sisters. Tatiana and Haley now live with the Shaws. And they were, both Tatiana and Haley were volunteers yesterday's dog ball.
All of the connections it never ceases to amaze me, Marty, these connections that come up within the Dog Nation family. It's unbelievable. Off the face-off, Driscoll brings it back as Hawkinson waves at him, and there's 2 minutes up on the clock, and with a running clock, it's also a running time on the power play. Ostro sets up against the wall. Bates watches him. Driscoll takes the shot, and there's a rebound as in comes Ostro, streaking in, picked back up.
Good hustle by Ostro to keep contained of that puck.
Rodell tries to work it through the crease, and it's intercepted and taken right back by Cam Strong. Strong loses it to Driscoll. Driscoll with the head up and confidence takes it into the zone. Driscoll avoids Spicer, turns around, hits the brakes, sends it right back. Ostro back up high. Rodell back over to Driscoll. Driscoll looking. Rodell, the defenseman, back over to the half boards. Looking up is Hank Crone. Hank Crone down to Shore. Shore tries to sneak one in. Crone gathers it back in and softly gives it back to Rodell. Driscoll over to top of the circle. Back to Shore. Shore sauces one to Rodell. Rodell to Hank Crone in his slap shot. The low slap shot is saved as Ostro picks it back up. Ostro creates some room, gets into a stick battle, gets some help from Rodell, and the loose puck is picked back up by number 21, Quayler. Quayler has it, and it's taken away by Bates. Bates is able to sky this one, but hits the HVAC equipment and back down to the ice.
Which is a great PK now because this clock is going to keep running.
30 seconds and counting on it.
Yeah, and Blues taking their sweet time getting up to the face-off.
HVAC, as you mentioned, perhaps MTech put that in.
Possibly, that's a great point, MTech. And that didn't serve him well there. Meanwhile, back over to number 5, Kevin Connors. Kevin Connors, the captain of this team. And Connors goes back with just as the power play expires, and he's watched by Slavin. Sends it back over to Driscoll. Driscoll on his backhand avoids Slavin and those distinctive yellow socks. Now Connors will reset the clock, and he sends a pass, but it's back behind Tom May, and May can't come up with it. Westcott comes back and tries to send it back to his defensive partner, but he got caught up in the skates and never got through. Driscoll flips a soft one into a cross corner. It's held up there by Ouellette, and Ouellette leaves it for Westcott. Westcott, cross ice feed, finds the long stick of Slavin. Slavin headmans it up. Nice pick up there by Ostro, looking for, right in the middle, looking for Snedden. And Snedden was there, but couldn't pick it up. Excuse me, that was Selaney over there. Now Selaney's got the puck, and he brings it in. Matt Selaney playing in the ECHL, and the puck right on the doorstep, and Selaney was there, and he puts it in on the back door.
Once again, another puck laying in front of the goalie.
Selaney scores, making it 2-0 Denver Concrete. So
yeah, that was kind of a little bit of those unlucky there for Austin. He made the first save, and I don't think he knew where it was, right behind him there, and easy tap in. I think I could have put that one in. Maybe not.
Marty.
Oh, another
Here
giveaway.
we go, and bringing it right in. A nice little juke move was made by Austin Schwartz, but he couldn't bury it, and Shaw keeps it a 2-goal deficit. Streaking in is Shore. Shore's got a man in the middle. It's Ostro, and he misses the open net up just to his left. Ostro had a golden opportunity, couldn't convert. Bates comes in, centering feed. Here's the blast from Morton, and it's a big shoulder save.
Kyle's got to tune it in a little bit. He's had a couple of chances now that he's fired wide.
Yeah, that was a golden opportunity with a little drop pass from Drew.
Excuse me, that was, I believe that was Polson, number 11. And off the face-off, Polson he saw a goal in his sights. Over on the left-hand side, Ostro, quick pass off the boards, picked up. Crone sends a nice nifty little backhander over to Ostro. Back over to Shore. Shore working out of the corner. He's got Colby Bukes on him. Back over to Ostro. Ostro gets double teamed and has the puck stripped off his stick by Sam Morton. Morton chiseling up along the boards, trying to come up with it. And a nice little poke play from the point there keeps it alive from Rogers. Rogers playing the point there and captaining this team. Meanwhile, comes back through everyone, and Schwartz works his way through. Schwartz brings it in, and a big confident save from Austin Shaw.
Shaw's playing tough today.
Shaw's needed to play tough today.
They're giving it. Yeah, he burst through that one easy, didn't he? It was like totally one-on-one, and the big glove up there by the big kid from Colorado.
Good to see it. Good to see all this Colorado talent. Richard McGuire is in. He'll take this faceoff. McGuire is a ad, and he's an MSU Roadrunner.
Oh, we got another one of them.
We got another one. Number 6 out there for Denver Concrete in the light blue. Kevin Connors sends it back over to Quayler. Quayler looking over to Driscoll. Driscoll cross ice feed, and it's tagged down there by May. May works it down, and he put it right in front as Justin White was there. White was looking for it, trying to cut the lead from 2-1. Can't do so. Soft puck, and May steals it, picked back up by Justin White. White's got Quayler in the middle. White back to Quayler, but a nice stick check from behind, and that was Sam Morton. Meanwhile, picking up the puck and coming back the other way is Cam Strong. Strong on his backhand, takes it right through the crease. Puck goes behind it. Strong went in front of it, back behind it. There's the MSU player. McGuire Coming back is Strong. Cam Strong reverses out of the check, looking up high. He finds Spicer. Spicer shot right on, and it's deflected. And did you see the hustle by Kevin Connors? Boy, he went to his gut to make that play, Marty.
Yeah, we never a lack of effort from Mr. Connors.
Cam Strong coming back in, leaves a drop pass for Hawkinson. Hawkinson's backhander as he was trying to find line mate McGuire. McGuire goes to the bench. Meanwhile, Quayler leaves a soft one. It's picked up by Crone. Crone can't work past Colby Bukes' skates, and it comes back to Kevin Connors. Connors back to Rodell. Here's the shot, and it's scored by the captain, Michael Hankey. Hankey scores, making it 3-0.
That is a backbreaker right there. Nice goal. Yeah. Low glove. They've been hitting the blocker quite a bit, and he went opposite side low, and I think he just caught him off guard.
That was Uncle Michael.
Uncle Michael.
Uncle Michael. That's his first goal for his little nephew Henry.
He goes short side right over Shaw's, and you look at the reaction of the MTech players struggling to get back up. There goes number 13. That's Matt Rogers. Rogers is back on his skates. Meanwhile, picked back up by Slavin. Slavin puts it back behind the cage. Slavin playing a little pitch and catch there with number 22. That's Delaney.
Well, here's where it gets tough because they get another goal. It's kind of a backbreaker, and then they've got to rally back and realize they're still in this game.
Absolutely, bringing it in, and there's the backhander, and it by Bates right in front off of Rogers. Rogers resecures it, sends it back, and a nifty little pass is read nicely by Colby Bukes. Bukes sends it back over, and Slavin, he can't catch it, and Crone's got a breakaway. Crone with some speed brings it in. Crone takes a shot as he drags Ouellette from left to right, and Ouellette made a beautiful save. He had Shore coming in a little bit behind him, and he takes the shot, and that was a golden opportunity. There's Ostro. Ostro gets tied up, working hard, trying to maintain possession, but Snedden is working him pretty good. Crone working with Bukes. Bukes tumbles, but right back up as Ostro's down low as well. That Ostro, Shore, and Crone line has not been able to connect thus far. Slavin up high, and the nice read by Connors goes down again, and he thwarts the attack. Slavin maintains control, top of the circle, tries to make a move, pokes it free, chases it down into the corner, but getting there first was Justin White. White sends it back over to the far side. Driscoll touches it up, and it comes back out to center where Spicer controls. Spicer fakes high, goes low, takes it into the zone. Picking it back up is Sam Morton, but Driscoll gets the big long stick on it. Slavin challenges. Slavin comes away with the stick, and the CC player in Chicago Blackhawks draft choice shows why. Coming up through center is Morton. Morton gets tripped up, and the whistles stay in the pocket. Meanwhile, Snedden with the puck, looking up high, stolen by Quayler. Quayler with some room takes center ice. He's got one man. It's May to the right-hand side. May chases it down into the corner. May drags it along the end boards. Pokes free. White with it. White tries to go center, but it goes off a boot, and that's Westcott. The veteran wily defender makes a play. Meanwhile, puck comes back over to Morton. Morton delivers to Snedden. Snedden takes that slap shot that his father, a Wisconsin grad, taught him. Meanwhile, coming back to Driscoll. Driscoll sends it back over to the left-hand side to May. Picks it up on his backhand. Quickly, May thinks about it. He's got Bates in front of him. May battling into the corner. He's got another man. That's Schwartz back on the other side. May tries to get it up high. Now, finally, he gets a little bit of help. Puck comes back over all the way down to May. May, how long can he maintain this? Finally, he gets surrounded. And finally, Denver Concrete takes him off of it. May's going to go for a well-deserved line change.
Well, here's where that short bench is starting to hurt him a little bit because they're getting
And there it
down.
is. Sam Morton buries it. Just, Todd, as you were saying, Sam Morton makes him pay, and MTech was kind of standing still.
Long at the end of a shift there, turnover going the other way. May, as you said, he was tired and had to come off at the back of that play. So then they're short a player and just outnumbered and then outgunned.
Yeah, Polson got the assist on that. Really, really pretty play when you watch that replay there, Manny.
And There you go. We've got replay in the booth here.
Yeah, replay in
so
the booth.
color commentary is doing it from memory. Meanwhile, pass goes through the slot as Crone was looking for Shore again, and Bates loses it. Stripped off of Shore's stick, and a back pass. Here comes the defenseman, Bates. Bates with Strong streaking through, and he scores, and Strong makes it 5-0.
Wow.
Just got a stick on it.
The Dartmouth, from Dartmouth, and it's 5-0 as Strong buries it here at the 3:22 mark.
Yeah, it's just a redirect, pass from the boards over there, and just a quick redirect, one-handed actually by Strong there, and right through the wickets.
You know what? That was just a hustle goal. He was just working. It didn't take a lot of a skill effort on the puck. It takes a lot of skill by keeping your feet moving.
Driscoll weaves through his own zone, sends a little touch pass looking for Ostro, and Connors picks up the spilled milk. Meanwhile, Driscoll looking off the board, sends an area pass, but Bukes reads it, gloves it down, and it advances. Here comes Bukes, defenseman versus Connors. Bukes takes it right in front, and he shoots it, scores, and I think it was a redirect. Marty, take a look at the replay.
I'm pretty sure they went off a defenseman skate. I'm watching it right now.
I think it went off pink.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it went off the defenseman's skate here, but we're gonna see it. Kind of hard to tell, or his stick. Either way, it does go off pink.
So the wheels are beginning to come off here.
Oh my
Let's
goodness,
see if,
this has been a rough 5 minutes here.
Let's see if Kevin Connors with 2:14.
Hard to tell there. It might have been a tip-in.
We're gonna give it to Bukes.
We'll give it to Bukes,
until we hear otherwise. And there's Doobie Westcott. Westcott sized up by Quayler, and the bouncing puck comes right back to White. He watches it there, and back low is Spicer. 21 versus 21 as Quayler's on him. Quayler tries to poke it free. And Quayler uses the big body, and Slavin escapes. Slavin with Connors. Slavin makes a move through Connors' stick. Slavin still with it, drags it to the middle, shot, goal, no!
This one's getting called off by Peter Friesman. It looked like a goal came off right before he put it in the net.
Cam Spicer came in, but Shaw's going to get this one off the board, so no goal. So 7-0 is not the case here. You watch Slavin. Slavin went through one player's stick, and then he took it to the far side, and then he sent a nice little soft backhander right through the slot. Boy, yeah. He created a nice play. And it's flipped up and over as Selaney watches it, and Doobie Westcott recovers it. Justin White providing a little pressure there with 46 seconds remaining in this second period, and accelerating through center is Spicer. Spicer kicks it to himself, recovers possession, and out of the corner gets challenged by May. May watches it there. Slavin again in the slot. A nifty little backhand pass. Picking it up is Matt Selaney. Westcott from the point slides it around over to the far side, and Slavin catches up to it. Slavin, May gets a stick in there, and Driscoll streaks out. Driscoll with Quayler in the middle and May behind him. Driscoll, toe drag move. May reads it, picks it up, and May on his backhand protects the puck nicely. Sends it back to the middle, and it's Slavin with 6 seconds remaining. He finds the man.
One more chance.
And walking in, a nice little backhand play, but Selaney is denied. Slavin comes in and brings it back in. That one won't count either. End of 2, the score 6-0. And boy, we saw some fireworks that period, but it was all on one side of the ice.
Yeah, they're not just getting a lot of shots, they're getting golden scoring chances one after the other.
Well, and there's a couple of bounces there that just aren't going MTech's way, where they had an opportunity down the other side and it just bounced over sticks, and it's one of those where the puck isn't necessarily their friend this morning.
Yeah, this is our first one-sided game at the Platinum level, and we've seen barn burners all the way around, but what we do have on this team is tons of Dog Nation folks in this. Matt Rogers is the captain of MTech. He's actually involved in our rink that we're doing. They're the HVAC portion of the rink, and his company MTech incredibly generous. Stevie Quayler's down there. He coaches Metro State. We've actually done a couple check presentations at Metro State. And that's my alma mater. And I don't know if you knew this, Manny, but I actually started that program back when I went to school there.
I did not know that. You are a lot of people don't know this about Marty, but Marty is a Hall of Fame, a Metro State Hall of Fame soccer player.
Correct.
But you started the hockey program?
Yeah, there was no hockey program there, and raised some money, and or not really raised money. We went in front of the student government and were able to start a club team, but we were shut down back in the day after 2 games when they realized we had no insurance. But we did beat the School of Mines in our first game.
Well, I would have shut you down too in this, but I didn't think that was the time of such litigious activity, Marty. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Hank Crone with the puck, challenged by Bates. He cycles all the way around and back up high. Rodell back, and right in front as Ostro was on the doorstep. And nice that the referee continues to let him play. He puts the net back on the moorings. Meanwhile, Rodell puts it down into the corner where Bates comes away with it. Bates is stripped of the puck by Ostro behind him. Ostro chasing it. Bukes gets there, and Bukes has incredibly strong hands. Coming back over to the right-hand side, it's Polson. Polson looking for an assist there. Sends it back over and up and over by Sam Morton. Morton had an opportunity, and here we go. We got a breakaway. Crone's got another one. Crone bringing it in. Crone shot and a save made by Ouellette. It was Hank Crone who scored the unofficial shootout goal, Marty.
He did. He was the only one you called it.
That's right. He was out of gas, though. Todd, you mentioned it earlier. He was out of gas, and he came in and was...
It's really tough at the end of your shift like that, too, when you finally get your break and now you have your scoring opportunity and you're rallying through adrenaline on it because well, they're all gassed at this point. You can see it on their bench.
And a quick little headman pass quickly up to Schwartz. That's Austin Schwartz, the Air Force player, and a backhand shot by Cam Strong of Dartmouth. And Shaw makes that save.
A lot of programs represented this weekend.
So good to see the Colorado kids, playing all over the country, and some of them playing here at Denver Air Force CC.
Well, it's so fun for them. You talk to them, in the locker room after the games, and it's just a big reunion. And it's a lot of fun. It's good, fast hockey. They're really enjoying themselves, and it's back to their youth days when they were with, Arapahoe and Littleton and Arvada and all of those.
Yeah, they still have those rivalries. They still, deep down, they're still there. They still enjoy them. And off this face-off and stepping out. Picked up by White. White is challenged as Westcott got a stick in there. Quayler's with him. And Quayler on the side of the cage with White and coming away with it with some speed. Trying to pick it back up. May made a nice play. Quayler's got it. Leaves it there for White. And sweeping in with Schwartz. Austin Schwartz has some speed constantly. You notice him coming into the play from just about nowhere. Cam Spicer with the head up. He's got Hawkinson ahead of him. And it's played by Driscoll off of his boots. Back over to Hawkinson. Hawkinson is challenged by Kevin Connors. And pass into the middle. Comes away is Colby Bukes in those distinctive purple breezers there with the yellow stripe. And speaking of distinctive breezers, Drew Shore with his DU, along with, he's not wearing his KHL breezers.
Yeah, he's not, but his KHL jerseys in our auction. So that's one of the best auction items in there is Drew Shore's actual jersey.
Off the face-off, it is Bates with it, and he looks up and sends it over to the left-hand side. That was to McGuire. Slavin sized up by Rodell. Rodell watches him closely, sends it back down, and Ostro reads the play from behind. Sent back, a nice play by McGuire. McGuire, nifty little pass over to Slavin, and his shot is rejected back out into the side, into the corner, far side corner. Picking it back up is Selaney. Selaney looking for Slavin again, but this one is picked off. And a little bounce pass that had a little bit too much English on it. And it goes the length of the ice as Ostro was the intended target.
Yeah, it was a good luck. Just, you never know. You can't really read how they're going to come off of these boards. These, actually, of all of the rinks around Denver, we know from playing in them, this one is really more consistent, right? Yeah. A better dasher system than some of the others that are very unpredictable. But
Bukes looking for Slavin. Slavin recovers, tries to go through one, and it's Rodell with it. The coach takes it. Meanwhile, far side, Bukes walks in. Bukes takes the shot and never got through. As Ostro was there, looks for Crone. Crone, little back pass. And looking for Crone on the near side, and Crone got tied up and was never able to get anything on it. Puck comes back up to Slavin at center ice. Slavin takes it wide. Now he drives it hard. Slavin maintains control, and Crone was waiting for it up high. Ostro with Crone. Spicer is back. Crone looks for it, almost had it. Looking for their first goal of the game.
great D positioning there. Kyle was looking for the pass, looking for it, and by the time he was running out of ice, he had no other option but to try and take the shot.
That was Cam Spicer. Cam Spicer from University of Maine.
Yeah. You realize the talent here. We talked about that the last two nights, but that MTech team, there are no slouches.
No, I mean,
you got Oscar, you got Quayler, you got Crown, and they're down 6-0.
You got
and
May.
Austin Shaw in goal.
And Shaw is playing very well.
Yeah.
And let's not forget about the captain, Kevin Connors. Connors is back there, and he's watching Snedden now. Snedden makes a little move, and Snedden creates some space, sends it up high.
Here's another one.
Here comes Quayler. Quayler comes in, and Quayler loses the puck. As I think it was Westcott that shook him up a little bit. Westcott was coming in. He didn't get a stick on him, but boy, I think Quayler felt the presence, didn't he?
Yeah, he's kind of got a chuckle on his face, but kind of looking to the air there. But that's another Metro State guy. That's a Metro State coach,
There we
Stevie
go.
Quayler.
Marty, I think you recruit these guys.
I do.
There we go, off the half boards there, and May loses it momentarily, can't control, but Quayler's got it, and it escapes the zone. Coming right back is Tyler Polson. Polson's been a little bit quiet today, considering he had a hat trick last time, but isn't that usually the way it goes?
Yeah, it's hard to repeat that performance. He is on the board though. He's got his helper early on. Keep the point streak alive.
Polson sends it back up to Snedden. Snedden tracks it down, sends it right back over to the captain, and the shot goes wide. That's got to feel good for Hankey to get a goal here. And it's just past May's stick. May quickly sends it back over to the far side. Picked back up, and Kevin Connors puts it back behind the cage where Bukes has it.
Wide open headman pass. Oh, just missed him.
Sam Morton well above the play.
That is not an icing. That went off of his back foot when he was over the red line, but I think they won't complain about it and just take the gift.
Seth might have needed a little break there.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a makeup ice.
Yeah.
Ostro, the lefty, he's got Shore sitting behind him, but the faceoff is won by Sam Morton. And Bates right up the gut. Back over to Bukes. Bukes to Morton. Morton fakes, and what a nice little pass over.
Here's another break if he can get there.
He faked everybody out. Faked out his own teammates there. Bates handles Crone, and the puck down inside. Strong loses it to Ostro. Ostro back to Shore. Ostro looking for Crone. He finds up in the Rodell, and Rodell scores. And the defenseman sneaking in puts a backhander, and the shutout is avoided. Ryan Ouellette gives up his first goal with 3:09 remaining in this final period.
That go through 5-hole?
I think it went far side. Take
Did it?
a
I
look
think
at
it went
that.
far side. And Jeff Riddell, that's a Dog Nation recipient there.
Jeff Rodell, who coaches out here at the Foothills organization, coached my kids.
Did he really?
He did, absolutely. And he coached with Ken Clee. He was the assistant coach for Ken.
And we'll be seeing Ken a little bit later today.
We will. In a
And
big
his
game.
son.
Yeah, exactly, the whole family. It'd be nice to have them all. Garrett is playing at Northern Michigan, and meanwhile, Ostro all day had a cup of coffee in the slot area, but he wasn't able to connect it there. And look at this. Here's who's going to shoot.
I think they've done that a few times today where they're dangling around there and nobody's putting it towards the net. Kyle has had quite the opportunities, though, this morning. Called his name a lot.
He has. That line is gassed going to the bench there.
The tempo has slowed. For as fast as this is, you can tell they're cooling off a little bit, watching the clock, waiting for this thing to run out.
We're not doing that, though, with 1:47 remaining and a run clock. Quayler has it taken off of his stick. Puck comes back up to the goal scorer, Rodell, and over to the far side. Coming away with it is Cam Spicer. Spicer back up to Schwartz. Schwartz drop. Offsides.
Yeah, even with the score of the run clock, 1.5 minutes left here, James, believe it or not, they're not mathematically out of the semis right now.
No, they have a tie.
Yeah,
So let's talk about what has to happen,
yeah,
Marty.
so what would have to happen is Abby would probably have to lose, tag.
That's, yep.
And if the Vigilantes also lose, Vigilantes and MTech would be 1 point each.
Yeah, that is a great point. And
so
finishing
odds are not in their favor, but as they say, there is a chance.
there is a chance, and you mentioned that game, that tag game, that's going to feature Troy Terry, Will Butcher, and Dylan Gambrell versus FirstBank has, they're no slouches. You got
No.
Mikey Isamont and May's shot. It drifts off the glove there. And just finishing this up, May with the puck back behind the cage, looking right in the slot area. Driscoll loses it there. Slavin, May with the blast, and Olette with the glove save. Keeps the clock wisely moving. Spicer sets up with 15 seconds remaining. And Spicer will run this one out. Slavin's there. And Kevin Connors with those cat-like hands.
Reflexes, yeah, that was good.
And there it is. So you look at it, we were talking, FirstBank is no slouches. You've got Mikey Isamont, the local kid, and a
Kale Morris, too.
and they've got Turgeon, Landon Smith, Hillman, and Morris in goal.
And Matty Cope.
And Matty, who could forget Matty Cope?
Yeah.
That's right. So he's the captain. He put that squad together. So, boy, what an amazing group and assembly of talent here that we're watching today.
Yeah,
And
you look at
tonight.
that team in front of us there, and that team you'd think would win most tournaments.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at that, Kyle Ostro and Shore, and think of that with Hank Crone, and they get one goal.
Yeah, you got Quayler on the end there, literally wearing Montreal Canadian pants.
It is, it's amazing to see this. So, gentlemen, our next game up is at 12:45. We've got a half hour till that, and that is the Obby group, known as TAG, versus FirstBank. And that's going to be a heck of a game.
Yeah, I think we'll probably take a little bit of break in between here, huh?
Absolutely.
And so we'll check back in about 15 minutes or so and do a little pregame and good stuff.
Terrific. Final scores. Final score here is 6-1. And from the Dog Bowl, this is Manny Furtado. Thanks for watching. We'll be back in about 15.
I can, yeah.
Okay, we're back. We decided not to take the long break. We actually have the player of the game right next to me on my left, and pretty exciting week for you, right?
Yeah,
you guys
absolutely.
2-0, but scoring a goal today and winning the other night against Troy Terry and all those hot shots was pretty good. But you had something way better than that earlier.
Yeah,
this week.
absolutely. My brother just had a kid, so I'm an uncle for the first time. Pretty excited about that. Been a long road for them, and they got it done, so pretty proud.
Yeah, I could tell he was pretty excited. He sent me a picture. Henry, right?
Yep, little Henry. We're going to call him Hank.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's exciting news. And everybody doing okay?
Everybody's good. They just got home yesterday afternoon, so they're just taking it easy today and probably going to go there after I watch this game after that. And
so have you met
I haven't met him yet. Hadn't met yet, so we're going to go do that this afternoon before our late game. So.
Did you bring in the puck that you scored?
No, I didn't. I did not.
Come on.
We'll have to pick one up.
Yeah, there you go. You know, in your bag you have an official Dog Nation.
I do.
Puck,
Yes.
So he might have to have that.
Yeah, we'll
one.
have to give that one to him. Start him young.
Yeah, congratulations. And big thing for us is you guys are a huge supporter of us. Not just putting a team in. You support us as sponsors and bring it. I know just on social media and all kinds of ways. Tell us a little bit why you support Dog Nation.
I mean, it's just an unbelievable cause. It's an unbelievable thing. It's just so touching every year when we bring in the families or whoever it is that we're supporting, and that's why you do it, right? And it's fun to get these young guys here that grew up in Colorado, that have played somewhere, they're gone, and they're able to give back, right? Like they're able to realize like, hey, this is bigger than me, right? Like just because I'm playing Division I hockey doesn't mean anything. There's more to life than that, right? Like you get to get out here, play a little bit of hockey, and then be able to touch somebody's lives, and it's just a wonderful thing. Love the golf, love the pond hockey. We did the pond hockey for the first time last year. That was an absolute blast. I hope that thing keeps getting bigger, and the golf's always fun. Can't beat beers in 18 holes with a bunch of good guys. So
there you go.
Well, tell me more about the team that you put together, because we see a lot of different colors.
Yep.
And there's new players this year, and there's players that you talked about that wish they were here and that are somewhere else, which is kind of a funny story.
So my brother and I, lucky enough to coach, lucky enough to give back in that way. So I think I've got 4 or 5 guys that either myself or my brother coached, and then we get their buddies to come out and play with us. So it's cool to see that. It's insane the amount of players, other than just the big names, that are out there playing Division I hockey from Colorado. If you add it up, it's insane. There's more than a lot of people think. I feel like every year I realize that there's 2 more kids that are playing that I didn't know. And then so long time guy who's played with us, Scott Mayfield, who you try and get every year, but we'll talk about that later. So I was actually FaceTiming him on Thursday night, and he's like, "You're going ahead into the rink, going to play dodgeball?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Dude, I'm so jealous." I'm like, "You're playing in a playoff game in 2 days. What do you mean you're jealous?" He's like, "It's just such a good weekend. It's so fun to be there and be around all those guys." And so it's pretty crazy. And I'm sure Stasny's the same way. I don't know him, but I'm sure he's the same way. You know, he's getting ready to play in the playoffs, but they love this event. They love coming here and giving back and being able to just give the charity, and it's great. So
yeah, thank you for mentioning both those guys. Paul actually sent a jersey out.
Oh, that's awesome.
It could be in the auction, and Scotty, wonderful person.
Oh,
great hockey
unbelievable
player,
guy.
but wonderful person. But a couple of years ago, he jumped in the sled and played in the sled game.
Yeah, he was super excited about that. I remember talking to him, and he goes, "Dude, I'm gassed. It's just so much work. I can't believe it. Like, I'm an NHL defenseman. I'm in shape, and I'm just so tired from that." So, those guys work super hard.
Yeah, Mackenzie did the same thing, and he wasn't sure he was going to survive after that as well.
Yeah. So 2-0, you guys have right now. You're either going to be the 1 or 2 seed, depending on probably who knows if the top dogs win as well.
Yeah.
Then it'll go to goal differential. But so there's a lot of stuff to iron out in these next couple games. But you got to be pretty confident going in after.
Yeah,
2
we're
wins.
pretty pumped. We've got some good young blood this year. We got some speed. Youth is on our side. I mean, you look at that game we just played, and they've got a whole bunch of players that have played somewhere just a little bit older. They play a more craftier game, right? And so we just got the speed, and we're able to just keep burning. So we'll see what happens. We just got to get a couple lucky bounces, and we'll see what happens. But it's a great weekend. It's awesome to see everybody. It's good to see the turnout, even with the COVID stuff going on.
Yeah.
I came last night just to hang out and sit in the tent and watch that game on the TV, which is unbelievable. So just a great deal.
Well, thanks for the support, and you've got to you guys have been playing year after year after year. You've got to be amazed at the uptick of this division.
This is the best division that we've had so far. The talent-wise, through the board, is just unbelievable. Usually there's 1 or 2 teams that are kind of lagging behind. This year there's 6 solid teams that are just ready to give it. So it's great to see that all these players are able to turn out and come out here and crush it. So.
Well, good luck to you.
Yeah.
We can't wait to watch the next one. It's been very, very entertaining. And, I'm glad that the family can watch it still.
Yeah, I'm sure my dad's at home watching right now.
Critiquing.
Yeah, I'm
you
sure.
should have been over here. And
move your feet more, right?
Grandpa's watching.
Yeah, Grandpa's watching, I guess. Yeah, move your feet a little bit more, I'm sure is what he's saying.
Yeah.
That's like,
So anyway, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And, from now on, you're Uncle Michael.
Uncle Michael, thanks, guys. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thanks a lot.
Good to see you.
Appreciate it. We'll see you through the rest of the weekend.
Yes, absolutely. We'll be
And
around.
thanks for all the support.
Absolutely.
signing
Thanks,
off
guys.
for now. We'll see you in a bit.
Bye.
So thank you, Scott, for being our sled sponsor. I know that sled hockey is near and dear to Dog Nation. We're working on building hockey's heart right now. We're trying to say, these athletes need a purpose-built facility for them that is going to create a home for not only sled hockey guys, blind hockey, folks with cognitive disabilities, where all of these athletes can come together underneath one arena and call home. And so thank you for sharing that passion with us around sled hockey. And we have 3 sled hockey games as part of the Dog Bowl. We have our B-level game on Friday night at 8:15 p.m. And that's captained by John Reed, a veteran. He's vice president of the Warrior Avs. We have a kids sled hockey game on Saturday at 3:25 p.m. and they're gonna that's put together by a gentleman named Larry Stober. And our A-level game is going to be Saturday at 6:05, which is we have some really good Paralympic players out there. Some one gold medalist, Ralph D. Quebec. We have a U.S. development team player in Rob Easley, and Jerry Duvall is president of the Warrior Avs. So some great sled hockey. I don't know. Have you ever watched those guys compete with each other?
Last year at the Dog Bowl, I had an opportunity to go downstairs and meet some of those guys before and after they played, and they're awesome. Just the passion they have for it and what the game means to them. It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It's a privilege to be able to do it.
Absolutely. And I know, listening to some of those guys, I mean, it's freedom, right? A lot of them are double amputee guys. They have to persevere and overcome a lot of hurdles to even get to the ice. But once they're out there, man, it's freedom. They're flying around and playing hockey, right?
See those guys' shoulders?
Yeah. Oh man. And they're just checking each other, and they just get after each other. So some incredible hockey. And so tell us a little bit more in terms of who you are in Motospa.
Okay. Well, first of all, for the sled hockey guys, it's no different from being a really old guy playing hockey.
Right.
You get to be a kid again.
Exactly. You get to be a kid again.
Motospot. We are a car wash in Castle Rock. We've been there for about 15 years. And when we started doing our charitable giving, we found out about Dog Nation, and we just wanted to be a part of it, keeping it in the community.
Yeah. So where are you at in Castle Rock?
Founders Parkway.
Okay.
1 mile east of I-25.
And what kind of services do you guys do in terms of, it's not just a car wash, you got a big facility down there.
We do all the services.
Right.
We do car washing, detail, change your oil, minor repairs.
Yeah, okay. And it's, I know that there's no job too dirty for you from personal experience.
We've had some pretty dirty ones. We've had some ones that we would like to turn away if the opportunity presented itself next time, but not yours.
Not mine.
Yours wasn't that bad.
So you and I both have boys that graduated from high school here, and we were just talking how they are the best project of our lives. They're just incredible young men, but also make some interesting decisions sometimes. So I know that my son, who you coached in hockey, came home one night with the car and probably the shape that you would probably say no thanks. And that was after I had all those knuckleheads go out and clean it up. So, you said, hey, bring it down to me, and you gave him the nice, I used to be your coach discount to make it possible for him to get that thing cleaned up. And that thing came back. It's never looked as good, and since we've owned it. So.
Well, thank you very much. Hey, let's look no further than what you just told us a few minutes ago. Mike and a bunch of old dudes beat the Chatfield football players at a game of football last night.
After the graduation party,
it wasn't because they were so smart.
Yeah. They're faster than us. They're stronger. They're everything. But we outsmarted them. Knuckleheads. Yeah. So that was a good victory. We ran one of the moms. We put one of the moms over the top to win the game. So they couldn't stop her.
I thought you ran the wedge with all the bombs.
We did.
You wouldn't.
We honestly did. That was the last play of the game. We ran the wedge, put the big boys up front. They crushed those high school kids back into the end zone, and the mom took it over the end zone. So
there you go.
It was great stuff. So again, want to just thank you for being the sled hockey sponsor. I know you have a couple more connections. Tell us about your connection with Andy Geary, because I know Andy is an ambassador of Dog Nation and was on the original dog team. And actually there's a reunion team called JK21. It's their 10 years since they lost Jack Kelly, who was on that original team. So you had Jack Kelly, who died of an autoimmune disease, and then you had 3 guys on that team that all came down with cancer in a 10-day period, including one that is your friend and neighbor.
Yep, my friend Andy,
Yeah.
Coach Andy, because he coached my daughter at hockey when she was 6.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, he's my neighbor, and we hang out a lot. And I knew he was involved with this thing called Dog Nation that was, spawned from some hockey team I used to play against. I didn't really know anything about it. And then when Dave Repsher had his terrible accident, years ago up in Summit County, Dave's a guy I used to play hockey with a long time ago. And when when Andy told me about all the things you guys were doing for him, just right out of the gate, like as soon as it happened, trying to raise some money for him, and I just thought it was something that we as a company, my company, we wanted to get involved with. We wanted to support that because there's a million different charities out there, but when we saw that there was one right in our own community doing such great things for somebody that I had, he wasn't someone that I was in close contact with, but somebody that had some connection, just really hit home for us, and we wanted to be a part of it. We were like, Dog Nation,
Bam.
let's do it.
And that's how it is every time I call this guy. I say, it doesn't matter if it's the Dog Nation Winter Classic, doesn't matter if it's the golf tournament or this year with Dog Bowl. The response I get from this guy is, hey, we're in. We're in for something. You put my sponsorship where it's best gonna help Dog Nation. And
We were the live music sponsor, and it rained, and there was no live music. Thanks, Mike. No, it's great. It's a privilege to be a part of it.
yes,
It really is.
exactly. And thank you for your generosity.
You're very welcome.
And good morning from the Edge Ice Arena in Littleton, Colorado. You are watching Dog Nation, and you're watching the Dog Bowl. This is the 10th annual Dog Bowl. I'm Manny Furtado for Shaw Hockey Productions, bringing you today's action. I'll be joined with Marty Richardson on color. And today's featured matchup is a platinum game, and it's a big one at that. We've got the DAWG group, known as TAG, versus FirstBank. DAWG group dressed in their SSIHL reds and trimmed out in white, and the FirstBank team is in their distinctive FirstBank orange. We're underway, and in goal for FirstBank is Cale Morris, the Notre Dame grad and two-time All-American. And opposite of him is Evan Cowley, number 30, the DU grad. And Evan Cowley is a Florida Panthers NHL pick. We're just underway in this 15-minute running first period. And FirstBank breaking it out on their end. As coming up with it was Griffin Folk. Griffin Folk tries to move it forward. And back comes Terry. Terry's looking for it. Folk's there. And it's swept in by Matt Cope, the captain. And Cope picks it up and sends it off the boards and angles it back out. These two teams with sort of similar looking jerseys, red and orange a little bit. It might be a little bit tough. Maybe not for them, but for the announcer. Here comes Terry weaving through center. He's knocked off the puck. Colin Staub goes into the corner, and Staub picks it up on his backhand behind Morris's net. Staub streaking up the left-hand side. He's got some speed, and he drops it there as he was looking for Mikey Eisenman. The puck is stolen away, stabbed out of the air by Gambrell, but Gambrell gets stood up by Hillman. Puck goes back over to the far side, quickly bringing it in. The first shot of the game, and it goes wide. That was Adam Shaner, number 21. Staub continues to battle for it. Puck comes back up the left wing as it's angled off the boards a bit too far. I'm joined with Todd Gerke. Todd Gerke with Dog Nation is here. Todd, welcome.
Hello, hello. Glad to be here. You know, it's funny. The TAG group was on the ice early. I don't know if you noticed, but they came out early. They're taking this very seriously.
Well, they need to, and both of these squads need this win. Both are winless thus far, and only the top 4 teams out of 6 get in. So you lose, you may be out, or you are out. Meanwhile, chopping at some wood on there, and it goes off sides, is trying to enter the zone is TAG.
You guys still got a little life. They weren't out too late last night.
No, I agree with you. They were ready to go. They came out of the locker room for warm-ups. I was in the FirstBank locker room, and they heard them warming up, and they're like, "Are they already on the ice?" So anyway, back to the live action. Picked back up by Angeli. Angeli guides it in, and Morris holds it there. It skips past his stick, and on the far side, it's met by Shaner. Shaner bodied up there on the half boards, and it works out to center. Picked up by Staub. Staub bringing it in. He's got a man in the middle. Takes the shot. It's redirected by Cowley back behind. Gambrell holds it there.
Cowley's not going to let something like that go by him, but I'll tell you what, putting pucks on net, these guys have been looking for those perfect opportunities, and just a puck on net is a good strategy today.
And it drifts off the stick there and off sides, and we'll have a face-off right in front of us, Todd. Well, these goalies are solid goalies. I mean, you're looking at 2 of the top goalies in the collegiate ranks. And so you're going to have to make those shots count. There's Butcher, the NHL player from the New Jersey Devils, and formerly DU. And Butcher is out there with defensive partner Josiah Didier. And into the corner, chasing it down, is Jared Fiegel.
Josiah's been doing some high altitude training. He was talking about his biking up Mount Evans the other day.
And it's brought in by Hillman. Hillman on his backhand trying to work away, and there's Josiah Didier. And it's good to be training at that high altitude. Over on the far side, stepping in is Pukarsic. And over on the side of the cage, looking for a goal in the slot area. And muscling it away and holding it there was Landon Smith. Smith working off the wall, loses it. Josiah Didier works his way past one, and he'll settle back behind Cowley's net. Butcher, his pass is picked off by Landon Smith. He's got a man in the middle, finds him, left-hand side, shot save made on Fiegel.
Nice play.
Cowley gets the big left mid out there, And Fiegel was alone, and they had a nice little give-and-go pass right inside the slot, and they were all alone.
Good read by Landon. Good stick on it. He had a really good game last night. He just couldn't connect on anything, but he's been playing really strong.
And Dominic Turgeon will take the faceoff. Turgeon for FirstBank wins it back over to Landon Smith. Turgeon on the doorstep looking for a tip play. Doesn't come, and Terry's got it. Terry with his head up, avoided one. That's Landon Smith, and with confidence takes it into the zone. Dangles one and puts a hard shot on it. Gets deflected up into the glass. Meanwhile, back on the backside, looking for it was Rowell, and Rowell gets taken off, and meanwhile sniping back in. Rowell stretches for it, can't come up with it, and the puck from Turgeon all the way to Eismont. Eismont gets stripped to the stick as it's picked up by Adams. Adams moves it out to center. Here comes Terry. Terry, right-hand side. The shot, he's looking for a short side. He spotted it, but Morris, it ends up going wide. Meanwhile, puck comes out, and here's a break. We've got a 2-on-1 coming down the right-hand side. Looking for it right in the middle with Smith, and the shot scores! And it's scored by number 28, the captain, Matt Cope. Cope looked him off, and he snipes it. Matt Cope comes down the right-hand side. He had Landon Smith driving to the net, and he shakes off the defenseman, and he finds it short side goal. 1-0 FirstBank. And did FirstBank ever need that? That comes at the 9:12 mark here.
Their first goal of the tournament.
It is. So it comes at the 9:12 mark. Here we go. Left back to the live action. On the far side is Terry. Terry brings it back up high, and it's sent it to Angeli. Angeli, nifty little move. Stepping into one is Didier, and it goes up and into the netting.
Got tags squeezing their sticks a little bit now. They're ready for this one. Wanted to get an early start, but that first goal is a real big, significant momentum play for FirstBank. And I think Landon was, the way it was looking is I think the goalie was more distracted with thinking they're going to make that feed pass, which has kind of been the way the games have been played, where there are lots of passing, looking for the perfect opportunity, and just caught him off guard with a shot.
And Hillman gets back. Hillman tries to dig it out of the corner. He's challenged there by Obby. Obby tries to work it up. He tumbles. Griffin Folk is there. And Folk chops at it and is able to get it up to Stop. Stop quickly. Here comes FirstBank again, but the pass goes off the boot and is delayed there. But coming back is Staub, and Staub looking for the corner. Can't find it. Big rebound coming back out. Here comes Sullivan. Sullivan's got Terry behind him. Terry picks it up. Challenged by 22, Fiegel. Terry maintains control. Looks back up high, and he finds Butcher. Butcher sends it back to Terry. Terry, toe drag move, and he has it stripped off his stick, but is able to recover it there as Shaner yields to him. Pass right up the gut. It's Butcher. Butcher, little backhand feed, and in stride comes Gambrell. Gambrell forced wide, drags it to the middle, takes a backhander, and Cale Morris gets over from left to right, makes the save. Gambrell gets chopped out in the corner, and the puck is stripped away and back out. Staying in. There's Gambrell with the puck. Looks for the man right in the middle as he had Lucas Savage right on the doorstep. Meanwhile, Butcher top of the circle. Now he brings it back over to the left-hand side. Looking forward is Didier. Didier sends it right through the circles, and the pass goes vacant. Can't connect. Touched up by Cowley. Cowley in goal to our left, and stepping around, Lucas Savage sends it back up to Butcher. Butcher, it was just beyond him as it went off the boots, and coming back is number 20, Eric Killen.
Here's a break.
Here comes Gambrell. Gambrell leaves it there. Back to Gambrell, and Lucas Savage couldn't find him as it was just a bit behind him. Good action thus far. Coming right back in. Here comes FirstBank. Far side. Rintz sends it over to the far side. Loose puck swept up. There was an opportunity. Lucas Savage with some speed. Gambrell to the right-hand side. Lucas Savage takes the shot. Misses as it hits the end boards. Lucas Savage over in this far side corner being sized up by Hillman. Works his way free. Sends it up. Here's a shot by Gambrell, and that one misses. Trying to touch it on the side of the cage, and Morris holds for the whistle.
That was a lot of back and forth. Was that 3 odd man rushes in a row up and down the ice?
You can feel it. The intensity of this game has picked up after that first goal was scored. It was good before it, but now, boy, we're treated to some amazing action here. Here we go. Trevor Obby, the captain, is going to take this faceoff for tag, and goes into the slot area. Hillman picks it up. He scales it off the boards. Touched up there and back out to center. Didier. Works his way through and hands it off to Terry. Terry with Landon Smith on his backside. Terry reverses. Terry coming back around the dot, makes one and makes two miss. Takes the shot, pad save, second opportunity on a backhand. And Morris makes two saves there at the 5:29 mark, maintaining the 1-0 lead. Back behind Cowley's net is Landon Smith. Landon Smith holds his man off. Griffin Folk slides it aside. Looking over on the far side, back up high, the bouncing puck, and yielding and coming out was Colin Staub. Staub had to move out. Meanwhile, the pass right in the middle never got through, got pushed back up by Hillman. Here comes Landon Smith. Landon Smith hands it off to number 17, Rajami. We haven't mentioned his name yet. He didn't play last game. He's out there. And the other new player is Eric Killiam. And out is Scott Ensor. Meanwhile, back over to the left-hand side, and it's touched up and streaking down is number 16, Didier. Didier beats Isemont to the puck and hands it off to Butcher. Butcher with some speed, looking up ice. He tried to find Sullivan, couldn't find him. Rowell's there, but the puck is swept right back up, intercepted by Obby. Obby holding his man off, but not for long. It's Mikey Isemont. Mikey Isemont in his home rink, forced wide, looking for the shot. It's a sharp angle one there. Drags it down, and he gets his own rebound. Picks it back up, back behind the cage. Back up high, looking for Cope, and it goes right through the wickets. Cale Morris holds it there. 4:13, first period, 1-0. FirstBank on top. FirstBank pressuring, bringing it right back in. Isemont gathers it back in. He doesn't have much room to work with, and it gets knocked aside. Butcher with some speed, avoids the stick check, streaking in. Sullivan looking for it. Cope, who's there, makes a big play. Puck comes back over to the far side corner. Battle for it, five-man battle there. The intensity, Gambrell is up high. Gambrell finds Didier. Here's the shot, just misses. That was Adams, excuse me, on the shot. Puck comes back out to center, and twisting back in was Lucas Savage, sending that back in, waiting at the blue line, staying on sides. Here comes Isemont. Isemont eyes a shot, but it's a gut save made by Cowley.
Couldn't hit the logo any more square than that one.
He had it in his sights. .314 in this first period. Isemont will take the face-off, and there is Turgeon right behind him, number 23. Meanwhile, puck is picked back up, swept back up to Folk. Folk takes the shot, and it's waiting for it there was number 7, Gambrell. Sends it back up ice, looking for Pierce Maddie. Maddie chases it down in the near side corner with Lucas Savage. Lucas Savage with Folk on his backside. Folk forces the play, and Gambrell jams it back, looking for it. Lucas Savage back in the corner, and with some strong stick work, works it up, but Folk is able to chop it over to the half boards and back to Turgeon. Turgeon protecting it, sauces it back over. It's an area pass, picked back up, and here comes number 25, Hillman. Hillman walks in on his backhand, looks for the shot, and it goes wide, comes back up high, but stays inside the zone as Isemont recoils in front of Terry, picks it back up, looking at down below the line. Isemont finds a man right in the middle, and it's just a chop shot there by Jared Fiegel, the Cornell grad. And it just misses the mark. Didier coming away with it. His pass is deflected, kept in, right in front. Fiegel, a one-timer there. Fiegel can't bury it. Second opportunity in the loose puck. Here comes Gambrell. Gambrell's got, and out past the stretch. Here comes Terry. Terry's shot is saved by Cale Morris.
I'll tell you what, there was so much pressure down on the tag end of the ice that, sometimes that happens. Goalie makes 2 or 3 good saves, and then there's a transition game, and you're off to an odd man rush on the other side.
We had a 3-on-1, and coming way out was the captain, Matt Cope. And I think he got just enough of it to disrupt that first pass. But Terry had his opportunity. The score remains 1-0 as the last minute 28 is up on the clock.
And I think he just took a puck to the face. But I think they're going to be fine. Terry just, he's spitting now, but I think he's going to be fine. I don't know if it was a stick or a puck, but they're taking a look at him. Here we go.
Time is ticking down, and Tag wants every minute they can get here, trailing by 1. So stepping into this one, it will be Obby off the faceoff. He wins it cleanly, but it gets past Butcher.
Those are a killer. As a center, when you have a clean win like that, it just gets, sometimes it's a little bit of the wrong angle and doesn't work out as planned, but
Terry accelerates through center. He comes in, he takes the shot, it goes wide, and the back pass and cleared back out to center. Coming back over on the far side, Butcher is playing aggressive as Rowell was back covering Butcher's position. Now Rowell moves up and Butcher's back into position. Meanwhile, Butcher knocks one off the stick right in front, and an opportunity is coming in with Adam Shaner. Shaner with the puck over on the far side, takes the shot, but he fans on it, maintains control. He's able to find Cope. Cope, cross-ice feed, picked off by Butcher. And the last, as you said, 15 seconds now down and counting. Here comes the pass right to the middle. They were looking for Rowell, who had a goal last game. Sweeping shot, Terry waiting 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2. Can he get the shot off? I don't think he realizes it. There's the buzzer.
Great first period.
Score after 1-0, FirstBank. Matt Cope puts FirstBank, and he makes the claim as the captain. Had a beautiful goal on that far side as he beats Evan Cowley on that.
You know, the game played this fast. That was great patience. He looked for his opportunities, and then, like I said, just put one on net. And I think he just caught Crowley off guard. I think he was expecting him to try and force it over to Landon, and he made the right play.
And as you look at the standings here, so the standings have, TAG loses their first game to Concrete. Concrete is no surprise here. They're the two-time defending champions, and Concrete wins 3-2. Concrete wins this morning. They automatically advance, and right now they're the #1 seed. TAG Group loses their first game. They've got to get this win. FirstBank, same situation. They lost to the Top Dogs last night, the Mainline West Top Dogs, and FirstBank doesn't have, they lose, they're out as well. So this is a huge game, especially for this TAG Group, who came in as, obviously one of the top teams in this contest, in this tournament.
Well, that's true, and they're looking for a little more production out of some of their top guys. But I think the winner has a chance, the loser doesn't. So I think this is an elimination game for the championship rounds.
So 2X teammates, Troy Terry and Evan Ritt, have a nice little chat here before the drop of the puck. Let's see. Evan Ritt, the Arvada product, who Evan Ritt wins it backwards, and Terry almost snuck in and took that away. Terry takes it, brings it in, and he settles the puck over on the far side. He looks for a lane and looking to make the move. Sullivan was in the middle looking for the pass. The shot off the banks, hard off the boards, and Terry digs it out. Watched by Hillman, and back down low is Abby. Abby picks it up, back up to Terry. Terry from the point, back over to left-hand side. Adams shot, and it just deflects. Back behind the cage, chopped at, and cleared out to the half boards. Looking for the outlet pass and finding the mark. Here comes Stop, steps in, takes the shot from the dot, and the shot is deflected and up and into the netting.
Two good plays on both sides, kind of shooting through some traffic, and the goalie's able to find those. Well, and they're also huge, so maybe it just hit them, but I don't know, anything gets through.
This is entertaining here. We have another 15 minutes on the clock. This is a running clock if you're just joining us. It's running for the first two, and it's a stop 12-minute on the third. So Ritt again, and they're having an extended conversation. Cope doesn't mind this at all.
Well, and if I'm Coach Greg Ami, it's not his first rodeo out here, but he's got to remember that clock is running, and I wouldn't allow these extra conversations too much. They need all the time with the puck in motion as possible at the moment.
There's Lucas Savage with it. He recoils and gains some speed. He takes the zone. Everybody's on side, and Lucas Savage makes a nifty move. It tries to get it past Cope. He's double teamed as Folk swats one in there. Now Cope takes his man out. Cope will one hand, and he'll give him the business a bit. Meanwhile, puck comes up to Butcher. Butcher makes one miss, sends it back over, and Gambrell just misses on the backhand on the far side. Coming back up, and it's a quick little pass there by number 17, Rajanami. Rajanami, we haven't mentioned his name too much, but he did not play the last game. He's in as one of the substitute players. Good to see Rajanami. Puck is jammed out on the boards, and now coming out with it is Didier. Didier has Hillman next to him, sends it over to Butcher. Butcher to Gambrell. Gambrell, backhand pass, and right on the doorstep trying to make it was Lucas Savage. And the puck goes all the way down where it's played but it's a icing call there as Cowley came way out. You looked at that, and what a play, and it was wide open there for Lucas Savage.
And I don't think you've said a name more often this game than Savage. He is all over the place.
Trevor Aubie out there along with Jason Aubie, number 4. I should say not on the ice right there. Now there's the shot by Terry, and Cale Morris keeps tag off the board. Twisting pass there, and Landon Smith reads that one. Butcher brings it back and angles one off the boards. Touch play, looking for Terry. Terry couldn't control. Rowell sends it back to Butcher. Butcher makes a move over to Terry. Terry looking for a waiting, and he looks for a snapshot, but that misses the mark. Rowell picks it back up, finds Terry. Terry circling top of the circle, and he sends it back down. Ricochets over to the far side, half boards. Rowell holds there, watched by Eisman. Eisman almost got a stick on it. Turgeon's there, Hillman down, and a soft pass right in the middle. Butcher's looking for it. Butcher sneaking down low, and there is Didier. Didier doing the same, giving Landon Smith the business. Meanwhile, puck comes back up high. Butcher holding there. Butcher avoids Turgeon, brings it down. Backhander. Here comes Didier. Didier's backhand can't connect, and FirstBank escapes.
3-on-2 here.
Here comes Eisman. Eisman's got Landon Smith behind him, drives it to the net, and tumbles there into the corner. Nobody wants to get hurt here. Butcher was down there as well. Meanwhile, puck over on the half boards. Turgeon reversing. Turgeon looking for some room, and he creates a little space, sends it back down low, chopped at, and taken off the boards. Matt Cope looking for down low, staying up high was... And right in there is Fiegel with the shot, and Fiegel couldn't bury it, and it's a huge glove save. A drive from the left-hand side. Puck is free, and continuous pressure. Here comes Eisman. Eisman looks for the far side. He hits the post. You can hear it from here. Over on the far side, puck is put down low, picked back up by Turgeon. Turgeon being watched, reverses, makes a move, and the puck comes back over to the captain. The captain swings it back up high. Fiegel almost lost it momentarily. And over on the far side, Smith's shot goes high, redirects back into the corner, and finally Aubie controls.
Ooh, FirstBank had him on the ropes. They were at the end of their shift, and they were getting shelled right there.
And there was number 18, Petrus. We haven't mentioned him much at all. Petrus with those with some sponsorship breezers down there. Pass right through the gut. It misses everybody. And Eisman takes his man out. Meanwhile, back behind the play and picking it up is Griff Folk. Folk sends it all the way in front of the FirstBank bench, and it bounces right in front of Cowley's net. He was confident with that one, and the puck comes up and out of play.
Wow, so a little bit of break in the action. This is, it's going quick. A lot of, it's funny, you mentioned some of the FirstBank guys that you hadn't seen in the previous game, and just look across the ice at those benches and you can see how full FirstBank is with the extra bodies. They're not taking any chances.
Absolutely not. Matt Cope was, Matt had 4 potential substitutes here. He was maximizing his player limit, I think. You mentioned Jordan Petrus a couple of times, and meanwhile, Lucas Savage brings the puck in. Lucas Savage challenged by Folk right in the gut, and it comes through the slot. Nobody can get to it, and is that a trip? It is. We got the game's first power play, and it's going to go to the tag group as number 5 was taken down, Derek Angeli. And he was taken down and going to the box, I believe, is number 21, or... Let's see who it is. No, 27.
Well, this is just what tag needs here. Faceoff's going to be in the offensive zone for them. They got power play 1 out there, so we'll see what they can do and set it up. They're going to have to put some rubber on the net here and drive hard and stay inside the crease area and get a little get some pucks on net and some chances. Hopefully they're not going to dance around too much.
Puskaric is in the box for 2. For a trip. This comes at the 8:21 mark. And now we're ready to go. Gambrell will take the faceoff. He's got Didier and Terry out there. What a lineup along with Butcher. What a lineup. Amazing. Butcher's able to maintain control. Butcher sends it back over to Lucas Savage. Lucas Savage working in the middle. Didier is down low. And on the near side is Gambrell. Puck comes over to Gambrell. He's opened up on this side. Meanwhile, Butcher maintaining control. Butcher down to Gambrell. He looks right in front. Didier gets there first, and he gets the long stick. He out-muscled and out-raced Hillman to the puck. Over on the far side, Terry steps, top of the circle, challenged by Cope. He's got to back off, back into the corner, maintains it. Back over to Butcher. Butcher, the left-handed shot, sauces it over. Gambrell, the one-timer. And that is blocked nicely by Hillman. And Hillman's got a smile or a wince on his face, one of the two. Meanwhile, 1:15 remaining in the power play. Butcher hands it back off to Lucas Savage. The long pass. Hillman brings it in. Hillman closing in was Lucas Savage, and Lucas Savage throws the first check of I think the entire tournament.
Yeah, and that's going to even this up.
It is. Lucas Savage sends a check in. That was a beauty.
Yeah, that's a little bit of frustration. I think
look at it on the replay. Here comes Hillman and Lucas Savage. I mean, that was a good check.
That's how they draw it up. It's just a charity men's league game.
Holy cow.
Well, he's got to. Oh, Coach Abbey is not pleased.
7 minutes remaining in the second period, trailing by 1. We're going to have wide open ice for a minute, for 30 seconds. Stepping in is Folk. Loose puck right on the doorstep. There's Staub. Staub made a living on those goals at DU. Meanwhile, here comes the puck. It starts to move out. Picked back up with some speed. In comes Didier. Didier back over to Terry. Terry avoids
nice
Staub.
move.
Terry squares up. Back over to Gambrell just inside the wickets. Terry with 9 seconds remaining in the 4-on-4. Pass Fiegel. Terry tries to dish it over. And there's a hooking call. So we're going to go back to a 4-on-4. This hooking call is going to go on FirstBank.
Now the clock is still running while there's a break here. And the Abbey's Tag's penalty is still rolling, but the other one has yet to begin. So this is in their favor.
And looking to see who that was on. Is that on? I'll tell you what, we're going to pick it up later. We don't want to miss this power play. 1:05 here, and they're looking to put the time up on the clock. It's there. Here we go. Back to the live action. Gambrell's got the puck. He's got Terry on the far side on this 4-on-4. Back up high. Snipes
there
it
is.
Goal! Scored by Angeli. Angeli buries it. And we've got a tie game, 1-1.
Nice little up and down right there, bringing the puck down to the goal line and back up. FirstBank's not happy, just the refs look a little bit disheveled on what's going on, but we still got the Christmas tree on the scoreboard here with penalties and doors open, and everyone's trying to wonder what's going on, but play's going to continue because the clock keeps running.
Terry brings it in. Terry drags it back behind the cage, has it taken off, and he's spilled there. Coming up down the right-hand side, in walks number 20. That's Killam. Killam sends one across ice as he was looking for line mate Evan Ritt from the DU, both a DU alumni. Killam being worked off the boards by Adams, and Adams forces the turnover. Angeli coming up with it. He looks long. He finds him. In walks Lucas Savage, and Lucas Savage with a headhunter goes up and over Morris. Morris survives that one as he had no help behind as Lucas Savage was hit on that home run pass. Here comes Butcher. Butcher looking for the pass, and this time he finds Trevor Abbey. Abbey is stymied there, and the puck is picked back off and controlled by Turgeon. Turgeon tries to work it up the boards, but he's triple teamed there, and finally picked back up. Terry squares up right at the circle, takes the shot, but Cope got something on it, and it's deflected into the netting.
He's a little gimpy with it too. He did. I think he knelt down, and he might have taken that one off the laces.
Face off to the right of Morris. Morris is a left-handed glove, and stepping in to take it is Trevor Abbey. Abbey's got Terry and Butcher behind him, and trying to sneak in is Lucas Savage. Lucas Savage is out of the box after his excellent check. Meanwhile, he rides Folk into the boards, and Folk continues to muscle it up the boards, and he gets a little bit of help from Turgeon. Turgeon brings it up, but the long stick of Didier puts it into the corner. Fiegel holds his man off, and in time for Didier to send it, but the errant pass goes right to the captain, and he chops at it, loses it momentarily. Hillman recovers, ricochet back to Cope. Cope with a man pressing on him. That's Abbey. Puck comes back up to the middle. Landon Smith fishes it through the middle, and it's picked up in stride and trying to muscle his way through. Does so. Number 22. Here comes Pierce Matty.
That's another penalty on FirstBank. This is a little sloppy. You know what it is a lot of effort and guys getting sticks in there and hooking and doing a little bit of all that stuff.
So going to the box is number 22, Pierce Matty.
Correction. FirstBank's got the penalty.
Gotcha. Excuse me. 22. That's Fiegel. Thank you. That's why we got you here. Here we go. Face off to the left-hand side of Cale Morris. And off the face-off comes back up high to Butcher. Butcher drags it to the middle, looking for Lucas Savage. Lucas Savage sitting up on the left dot, loose puck right in front. As there was Didier. Didier is challenged. Didier picks it back up. He works off the wall, sends it back down low as Gambrell has it. Gambrell banks it off the boards, and Butcher drags it to the middle. Butcher watched by Isemont. Meanwhile, in front is Lucas Savage. Lucas Savage looks to provide some support. He does just in time, but can't get it there. And a nice play by Butcher as Isemont was thinking he was all alone and off to the races. Isemont coming in on Terry. Terry sensing him, sends it back over. Butcher winds and he sends it high. Loose puck in the slot. Backhand opportunity by Terry. Terry sets up Lucas Savage again. Another one. Morris is there. Shot. Batted in. Terry scores 2-1 tag.
And boy, look at the celebration. He is quite happy about that to contribute to the team. What a great rally. You got Didier down low with his heels on the blue paint, and that one came right out of the air under the crossbar.
And then there is Terry, and boy, this is a charity game, and he had not one hand, he had both hands in the air celebrating that. What a game we're treated to. 1:33 remaining in this second period.
I tell you, it means something.
This is fantastic. Over on the far side, puck is pitchforked back in deep. Cope goes back as he gets some help from Cale Morris. Morris sends it over to the near side. Isemont gloves it down, and Isemont being tracked there, but he makes a nifty move, and it's right back to Cope on a give and go. Avoids Rowell, takes the center ice. He's into the lane, and he's got a man over on the far side. He winds and takes a wrister, and it's covered and held by Cowley.
That is what the Obby group needed. Now we'll see if this can clean up a little bit and play some even strength 5-on-5. I think that's what FirstBank needs to do and just kind of collect themselves.
Isemont, the left-handed stick, steps in versus Obby, and puck is controlled by Tag. Tag coming out, and is right ahead. Here comes Obby. Obby takes the shot. Rebound opportunity. Chopped at, picked up, and controlled now by Shaner. Shaner sends it back up to mid-ice, but being tracked and taken off, but only momentarily. Isemont brings it back in, top of the circles. Isemont, toe drag move, maintains control, looks for a little play, and he's able to tip it past as it goes back over, and the shot just misses wide. There's Cope, twisting shot, tries to catch everybody off guard. Griff Folk pokes at it there. Isemont down low. Isemont being held by number 18, Matt Adams. Adams has his arms all the way around him. Meanwhile, bouncing puck into the slot, swatted down and back to the safety of center.
What a period.
What a period. 2 goals from Tag. And Tag, that was Angeli and Terry get the goals. And they take the lead after trailing 1-0. And we're going to have a heck of a third period here.
Well, it certainly means something, and it's a lot of fun, and you can tell. I mean, it's a beer league hockey tournament, but at this level, we're watching guys back checking, we're watching guys, throwing their bodies in front of pucks. It's been fun. It's nice to see Jason Obby out there. I don't know if you caught it, but in that game last night, he took a slap shot to the ankle and was iced up the rest of the night, and went and got an X-ray and found out he was okay. He was, but those things hurt. So he's back out there. We had the Obby line right after the goal out there. So,
yep. And we have Bud and Greg Obby who helped support this program for years. They've been involved with hockey. The Obby family, known
the most
here
generous
so
guys.
Well here, and obviously the players love to play for them. They're treated to these nice jerseys. They got matching socks. I don't know what else they've got in those coolers in the locker room, but they've. I'll tell you what, these guys are treated well.
Well, rumor has it Greg cut him off immediately after the game for losing and wanted him to focus and said, no treats for you until you perform a little bit better, and they've responded.
Over on the far side, bringing it in is Mikey Isemont. There's nobody more competitive than Mikey Isemont, that's for sure. Puck comes off, and Rajanami can't control it there, and it's sauced back over to Hillman. Hillman is watched closely by John Sullivan, number 23. He's been solid out there for this Aubie team. Bringing the puck in. Here comes number 18, Petrus. Petrus sends it back cross ice. Isemont gets there, but knifing his way in there was Lucas Savage. And centering puck right up through the gut, picked back up by Jordan Petrus. Petrus winds, but his shot is deflected and taken away casually by Butcher. Butcher back up to Lucas Savage. Lucas Savage takes it, and he looks to the far side. Here comes Butcher. Shot.
Oh, what a
shot. Butcher buries it, and he scores, making it 3-1 early in this third period.
I don't think he even saw that puck coming. You watch this and watch his reaction afterwards. He's trying to see through the bodies, and look at him. He throws his arms in the air going, come on, help me out here.
You got a great look from Mike Shaw, and look at that. He's blocked right there. And Hillman was right in front of him, and Hillman turns around and says, sorry, buddy. But Hillman was tracking another player, so here we go. We've down by 2 with 11 minutes left. There's plenty of time and plenty of talent over there for FirstBank to come back on this thing. That pass gets passed, however, all the way Piskarich. And, excuse me, that's Eric Killam. And Killam's clearing attempt is stolen by Rowell. Rowell sends it back up high, stepping into from his deep position. Angeli, who's got a goal yet this game, sends it back over, and it was on the opposite side of Rowell.
That was a little miscommunication there. JR thought Adams was going to get it, and Adams thought JR should have gotten it, and it clears his zone.
Aubie looking cross ice. He had Rowell in his sights. Meanwhile, Landon Smith on the forecheck, sensing the moment, needs to put some pressure on. It's Terry with it. Terry back across. Punch pass picked right back up by Angeli. Angeli brings it in, tries to feather one over to Trevor Aubie. Aubie over on the far side. Terry's got it, but stripped by number 22, Fiegel. Meanwhile, Griff Folk sends it back over. Staub with it. Staub takes the lane, and he tries to find the streaking and the defenseman, Griff Folk, but it was picked off, and here we go the other way. Rowell's got it, one man back. Rowell bringing it back in, takes the shot, it gets deflected. It was more of a pass. Meanwhile, up along the left wing boards, coming back up, and poking it right back in is Didier. Didier taking some time off with 9:39 remaining in this third period and a 2-goal lead. Out comes Turgeon. Turgeon with the mitts. Turgeon looking back, sends a nice back pass. There's a shot right in front as Landon Smith almost got his goal there.
Yeah, he is due. That's for sure.
Landon Smith, one of the most prolific scorers in the BCHL when he was playing juniors there. Meanwhile, Turgeon's got it. Turgeon has it taken off, and Hillman covers. Hillman settles things, sends it back over to the captain, Cope. Cope looking cross ice right on the boot of Landon Smith. Landon Smith squares up, takes a shot, but it hits the glass and rides all the rails all the way over. Touch play there by Turgeon, can't put it in. Didier sends it right up, and it's softly over to Lucas Savage. Lucas Savage has a man over on the far left-hand side. Butcher steps in from his deep position. Back over. Here's the shot. Glove save. Morris holds on to it as Pierce Maddie was looking for his first.
Yeah, looking glove high on that. You know, I don't know if this was a strategy by Coach Aubie or not, but when you've got Turgeon out there, he is a big man. And so the matchup to put Didier out there on defense to kind of cancel him out is kind of how that turned out. Whether it was just coincidence or whether they're doing a little line matching, who knows.
Maddie off the face-off. It's controlled and held by Killam. Killam takes it back to behind the cage. He's got a man up high. That's Shaner. Shaner from the blue line. Cross-ice feed, but a bit behind and just picked up by Lucas Savage. Lucas Savage again. Lucas Savage bringing it in, and it's deflected back up high. He tracks his own rebound down, picks it up, watched by Turgeon. Savage tries to make a move, but he's denied there by Killam. Killam takes him into the corner, and Killam tries to work it free, but it's Savage who outmuscles him. Looking back up high, Angeli's waiting. Lucas Savage holds it.
What a shot.
He had no angle. Lucas Savage just made. That could be the goal of the tournament thus far.
He was looking for passes, and I think he caught the goalie kind of cheating over, thinking there's no way he's going to take that. Or did that get redirected? I couldn't tell from that. We'll see on this.
Cale Morris Look at this, Morris. Look at this angle that Mike Shaw is delivering to us.
Just straight through.
That is unbelievable. 4-1, Lucas Savage.
Well, Luke has been working hard. You've called his name all day long, and he hits pay dirt, and it's well-deserved.
Here we go. Tag group leading by 3, 4-1. And they're not done yet. Here comes Gambrell with 7:56 remaining in this third period. Gambrell would love to get on the scoreboard himself, and he tries to battle through it, but coming out is Mikey Eismont. Mikey Eismont's got one. He takes the shot, and it's a save there by Cowley.
I think he had a play there. I think he had a better option. As much as I've been saying you got to shoot, 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 Adams does a good job of taking away his passing lane, but a shot on net is never a bad decision.
Petrus was out there. Petrus spent about 10 years in Europe, and thus the breezers that he's got out there. So there is the aforementioned Petrus. Petrus with a little bit of speed, and he doesn't have much of an angle. He gets the puck taken off his stick, and it's taken back out to center, settled by Cope, advanced to Rajanami. Rajanami has it taken off his stick. Meanwhile, Petrus is there, and we've got a call.
Is he calling offside on that? I'm not sure. I'm standing right on this line. I'm not exactly sure he was, but
here we've got a replay. Let's see.
I think
it's pretty close. Close enough.
Close enough. And you know what? The clock is stopped in the third period, so it doesn't hurt FirstBank to have a little stoppage there and a regroup.
And almost a no-look pass as Terry sends Trevor Obby up ahead of the play. Excuse me, that was Evan Ritt, number 19, over on the far side. And the puck comes right into the middle, and Butcher loses it momentarily. Second opportunity, and another shot there by FirstBank, but FirstBank can't bury that one.
That was Raj. Raj got a quick stick on it. Now he's ready to let somebody else have his chance. He's a little disgusted with himself.
So it's Ritt that comes out. Ritt takes his position inside the slot area, opposite of Terry, and now Ritt will take this face-off. We haven't seen too many players waved out, but it doesn't surprise me that Eismont is one of them. Meanwhile, puck comes back over to the near side. Lucas Savage thought he had it, and streaking a little bit. Didier thinks about it. Now he'll send it over to the far side, and waiting for it was Lucas Savage. Lucas Savage is challenged, and Terry has it taken off of his stick nicely.
Look at Terry.
He's hustling. He continues to battle, doesn't he? It was 22, Fiegel, who made a nice play. Fiegel picks it up, looking for Eismont. Terry's got it. Terry fishes that one through. Lucas Savage with the puck. He takes the lane, but Hillman, sensing that he was on the short end of a 3-on-1, and he knifes it off of his stick. Meanwhile, back to the live action, picked up high and dragging it in. Was it on sides? I guess so. That was Fiegel. Fiegel was very patient on that. Puck comes back over to the near side and back out to center. It's a foot chase to keep it in, and Landon Smith did a nice job to do that. Stepping in, here goes Stop, one nice timer, far side, Hillman buries it. We have a 4-2 game.
Great play, just camped out back there on the back door. Hockey ready, stick on the ice. Look at this.
Hillman makes him pay, and that was Staub. Staub brings it in, and Staub drew the attention, and he slides it over, and Cowley didn't have much of a shot at that one. Staub remains out there. Landon Smith is out there as well. Meanwhile, back there's Landon Smith hassling his man, waving the puck, and Killiam going back and picking it back up. Killiam slides it back over to the far side corner, and looking to work his way out, and coming around. Here comes FirstBank with a head of steam, and it's Matt Cope. Cope, the Robert Morris graduate and captain of this squad, would love to get another goal and bring it to within one. And with 5:30 remaining and a stop clock, some good opportunities as FirstBank continues to put the pressure on.
Yeah, we've seen a lot. You know, we're watching this game with Tag going left to right and FirstBank right to left, and we're spending a lot of time looking down into this left end of the zone. So we got Landon taking the draw. It's a clean win, but once again, it exits the zone.
And it's Killam that goes back to get it, and steady. There's Cope. Cope patiently waits for someone to break on it, and it's picked up. Here's the shot, and it's a riser. but it was made, save was made on Adam Shaner. Shaner working back out into the corner, gets a little help. We got a 5-man scrum, and the puck squirts free to the near side. Back down low, Angeli coming up with it, and he looks for an outlet pass, and it's a long one all the way down, looking for Pierce Matty. Matty picks it up on his backhand, holds up there as he's got Gambrell coming in. Gambrell makes a nifty little move, but doesn't get much on it. Gambrell right in front, and here comes Landon Smith with the wheels. Landon Smith comes in, staying on side, as behind him is Turgeon looking for the play. Angeli's there. Angeli tries to just hold it up, but Turgeon drags it into the near side corner on his backhand. Back down to Smith. Smith looking up, bat right in front. Here's the shot, and another opportunity as Fiegel steps in from his D position. Fiegel knows they need offense, and with 4:27 remaining in the game, the battle continues back behind Cowley's cage. Puck comes back up to Fiegel. Fiegel drags it off the boards, takes a shot. This one just misses. Ricochet's coming in. Griff Folk stepping in from his deep position. Sends it around to the far side. And the rest of FirstBank is on a line change. Meanwhile, Gambrell almost got to it. Here comes Turgeon. Turgeon's got a man in the middle, and it just goes over Folk's stick. Couldn't control. Butcher's back. Butcher back to Gambrell. One touch play. Back to Sullivan. It comes right up high. Terry back over. Shot. Morris makes the save. It's a 2-goal game with 3:51 remaining in the period. Puck goes back down into the corner, waiting for it, in trying to knock it out back into the center. Terry waiting. Puck down low. Working it back up is 23, Sullivan. Back up to Didier. Didier holding, sending a pass back down to Terry. Picks it out of his boots so casually. Back up to Butcher. Butcher's there, and he gets challenged, and the puck is left. Hillman's got time. 3:26, head up, advances it up to Folk. Folk strides through, gains a little bit of speed and the zone. Folk works it down low, puts it back down, back below for Petrus. Petrus chasing it up, can't come up with it, but keeping it in the play is Raj. Raj will call it for it again. Here's the shot, and it never got through. It got deflected. Chasing it back is Mikey Eismont, holding one man off. Poole cues it back up. Hillman slides it over. Cope steps in from the circle.
There it is again.
He buries his second of the game. We have a 4-3 game. With 2:59 remaining, Cope gets the second goal, and it couldn't come more timely.
Cope is playing an extraordinary game, leading his team, leading points. As the captain, he's got him rallied. Look, he is focused right now.
This whole squad is focused. Boy, buckle up. We got 2:59 remaining. Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, here comes FirstBank. Back over to the left-hand side. Here comes Terry. Terry head fakes one, takes it into the zone. He's surrounded, draws a crowd. He gets through it all. Terry sweeping shot right in front. He looks for a rebound. Meanwhile, puck comes back out. Here comes Raj. Raj with some speed and takes the shot. It just misses. That's Petrus, excuse me. Meanwhile, Petrus battles his man. 2:30 remaining in the game. Coming out is Lucas Savage. Lucas Savage looks over to the far side as Cope's behind him. Tracked by Eismont. Flipped in by Lucas Savage off the end boards. Morris holds. Morris back into the far side corner, but getting there first and hustling is Abby. Abby takes a quick shot, and it's deflected as Terry's shot is deflected into the netting.
That was the second time in this little sequence that FirstBank has been pretty nonchalant on their line changes, and both times the puck's kind of sliding up the boards to where the player was, and he's kind of coasting his way back to the bench.
So let's set the stage for you. 2:11 remaining, 1-goal game. FirstBank is out there, and FirstBank in their defensive zone. Let's see if they take a timeout or if they continue to play and rest their players. Although they've got a few more players, but Gambrell is out there along with Terry, Didier, Butcher, and over on the far side is, I believe, is Rowell. Doing some battle down low or on the far half boards. Gambrell was there, but coming out with the puck is FirstBank. FirstBank needs it, and who is it? But it's Gambrell. Gambrell with Fiegel closing on him. Gambrell's shot, and it gets deflected as Morris made the save. Bodied up into the corner. Fiegel challenges. Puck slides over corner to corner. Picked up by Didier. Didier down, drags it down into the corner. Happy to take some time off the clock. Griff Folk battles him, but Didier with those hands is able to hang on to it. Puck is almost stolen. Didier took a good 10 seconds off the clock. 1:35 remaining. Speaking of it, Eismont works his way past one. Eisemont's all alone. Eismont toe drag move. Raul takes it, chops at it, sends it back to center. Gambrell
empty net.
Cautiously sends it. We've got an empty net over on the FirstBank side. Coming away. Here comes Turgeon. Shot just misses as it was deflected into the near side. Turgeon was there. Empty net. Hillman up high, Folk as well. Puck goes over to the far side. It's a foot race. Butcher gets there first. Gambrell pulls it out. Gambrell's got an empty net in front of him. A backhander buries it.
That is the deal there. Boy, what a game so far. This has been incredible. And look at these guys here. You see laughing. They're enjoying themselves. I think FirstBank's a little obviously going to be disappointed, but you know, it's funny. They're smiling. These guys have played with and against each other for their entire lives, and it's still just a fun game for them to participate in. So let's see if Pierce Matty can beat Turgeon in the draw.
We've got 1:03 remaining, and Hillman's got the puck. He sends it up in the middle. It's chopped out and scaled off the glass. Picked back up by Cope. Cope, with 54 seconds remaining, sends it back up to Staub. Staub reverses, looks over to the far side. Landon Smith waiting at the blue line, sends it right into Hillman. Hillman working his way through. Hillman, shot, goal! Hillman gets a goal, and he scores.
So
Hillman,
this isn't over yet.
We have 43 seconds remaining, and Hillman scores another. It is 5-4. Lead cut down to 1 as Hillman drags it in. And if you want to see another highlight film, Google Hillman's NHL goal. Look at this. And he sends it off of Cowley, and it just barely trickles in. 43 seconds. Net is empty with the center ice faceoff off of it. Terry's got it. Terry tries to send it over, and what a play by Matt Cope. Matt Cope goes down to the ice and deflects it. Terry had daylight in front of him. Meanwhile, coming over to the far side, in steps Staub. Staub right in front, sends the pass. Gambrell gets a stick on it, tracked down. Petrus tries to put it down low. Staub chops at it, loose puck, still loose, comes back out. Lucas Savage has the puck and daylight in front of him. Lucas Savage is going to end this one.
And he took no chances at all.
He puts himself into the cage. Wow, 6-3. Lucas Savage gets his second goal of the game. And that one an empty netter. Boy, are we treated to something. Hey, we still have 14.5 seconds left remaining. So,
well, look at them.
Yeah, Lucas Savage has heard about it from
you gotta
Hillman.
go sit down.
I was talking about Hillman. He was drafted by the Blackhawks. Played 4 games in the NHL and gets a goal, and it was a beauty. It was a slap shot from just about the blue line. Google it if you want to see a terrific goal. And there we go. That is it. That's going to do it. 6-4 final score. And the Obby group, known as DAWG, gets their first win of the tournament, and they had to fight to do it. As FirstBank squad was everything that they could handle.
Well, when you think about who had a game there was one name, in my opinion, that you mentioned over and over and over again, and that was Lucas Savage. And I think we're going to see if we can't steal him away from his team and see if we can't get him up here to chat with us. But boy, what a, you know, as far as a game goes, this is exactly what you want. I mean, it comes down to you're never really sure, and when you watch these guys, it's just up here watching it from this vantage point and seeing these guys smiling and laughing and joking with each other, and how much fun they had. And all of these guys that we've talked to said, boy, this is the fastest hockey a handful of them have played in a while, and it's a lot of fun. And then you see the guys like Turgeon. I'll tell you what, he's found the weight room. I mean, he's always been a big guy, but Jesus, is he a big guy now.
Well, he's got a good sized frame, and he's able to bulk up on that a little bit. And there's Raul. He's like, I can't believe this is just unbelievable. There's Will Butcher skating off, carrying all the sticks, and Didier is there, and a nice little wave from the players. And there's Evan Ritt. Evan Ritt, a Arvada product. It was great to see him play at DU. And I've known Evan for years as the boys played with him, and there's Lucas Savage with him as well. Teammates at DU, and coming back together on the ice for such a great cause. Todd, you've been a part of Dawg Nation really since the beginning, and you have such a strong role you've dedicated so much time to it. It's really quite amazing what's been put together with these volunteers. But talk a little bit about Marty Richardson. He's the founder of it and really the heartbeat of it in so many ways.
You know, it wouldn't exist without him, and if he left tomorrow, you know, we may or may not. I mean, he's carrying this program, and it's his passion and his desire to never stop that has been such a gift to all of us. And you know, yeah, it is a lot of work, and we've got lots of people that put in a lot of hours, and we do it, you know, because it's our contribution, right? And it's truly a treat. I mean, what we get to do right now and watching games like this is just pure blessing for us, and it's so much fun. And the idea that we get to do it and provide this type of entertainment for all of the players and anyone else is in addition to the fact that we've got a cause that is benefited by this is truly what's exciting. So it is fun, and you know, we've got big plans and big things that are coming down the road here, and the rink obviously is what we've kind of talked a lot about. And what's that? It's fair time. Yeah, a little bit. So now we're back. We're in front of the camera. And we were just talking a little bit about what Dawg Nation has done over the past decade and how much of a blessing it is for us. You know, one of the things that I've said quite a bit too is something happens to somebody you care about or somebody you know, and it's hard to figure out what to do to offer help and support for them. And you know, the story comes up all the time where, hey, you know, Jeff got hurt and what do we want to do? And they're going to pass the hat around and they're going to get a gift card to somewhere and maybe try and help and figure out support. And that's what's been so nice for so many people when we talk to them is it's how do you let somebody else know you're there for them and that you care for them and that you want to do what you can. And so in addition to all of the recipients, the community really values that there is somewhere to go and there's somewhere to offer your donations and support to make sure it goes to those that you care about. And you know, often we get donations from people who've just heard about it and said, you know what, I like what you guys are doing. So it was about 4 years ago, we went from 100% volunteer to nominating to, you know, basically to lobbying to have Martin Richardson become an employee of the program. And the reason I got involved day one is I love the idea. Oh, here we go. We got Lucas Savage in here.
I'm gonna step aside, and I think you and Marty are gonna handle this one. So
sounds good.
Terrific.
And we'll bring this story up here in a minute. But boy, do we have a treat here. And coming up, Compline brought his mask in to get up the stairs. He's as red as his jersey is. Lucas Savage. You want to talk about? All right.
And off if you want.
Okay. Whew, hot.
What a game, huh?
Yeah, it was fun. A lot of fast pace. I was not expecting that from the first game. That was pretty tough.
So tell me a little bit about the locker room getting started, because we got a kick out of the fact that you guys were on the ice well before the game started. You had what was Coach Abi's pep talk, or what was it that inspired you guys to get out there early?
Actually, Troy texted us this morning saying this is do or die, and we kind of all brought it to ourselves, and I guess we showed up a little earlier than they did, and it turned out to work in our favor.
Yeah, it was a solid game. You were talking to me as we were walking up the stairs here. I know you've played this more than one time, and I know you guys talk about this. Tell us a little bit what this tournament means to you guys.
Well, as a compete standpoint, it's a great way to get into game like again, and it's an awesome way to donate and hear some charitable or a good way to like play hockey and to a good cause. And sorry, I'm blanking right now.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were we saying?
I was just saying, what does this tournament kind of mean to you? I mean, you like to play.
I mean, it's a special moment. I mean, it's hard for us to explain it because we can't really. All we could do is show it, compete our hardest out there for them, and hope they could. I mean, we're just trying to bring a little spirit to them, and by working hard. And
well, let's talk a little bit about the game.
You guys did a good job of doing that by bringing us all together and forming a great tournament, and I appreciate what you guys do. I mean, you guys do so much for everyone, and it's unbelievable work, how much you guys put in. into it.
Thank you.
Well, you do know, you still remember the game that you were just in and playing, so we'll talk more about some of those things. So one of the couple of things, your name was constantly being mentioned over and over again, so you were definitely playing with a little passion, got a little physical down in the corner.
Yeah. Like sometimes I can't really help it. It's just my compete-ness coming out, and I don't mean it in a harmful way.
Yeah.
I'm just in it to win it, or to compete my hardest, and that's what the tournament's for, really.
So that first goal
Bring awareness.
from the goal line, what did you see there?
I mean, Kale's a good goalie, and we played against him in college a lot, and I knew you have to shoot a lot to score on him, and you have to shoot from everywhere, and that's what I kind of did. And
Nice.
But the Aubie brothers were, I think one of them was in front of the net doing his job, and that's what we did. And
Well, quite a few penalties in that second period, and it worked out in your favor. And doesn't hurt to put Didier right there with his heels on the blue paint there, and you could see that worked out. That ended up working out well for you. But I'll tell you what, that first goal of the game, sometimes, and especially when it's tight, and I know it's a charity hockey tournament, but with everything on the line, because you win and you still have a chance, you lose and you do not, right?
Yeah.
So going down right out of the gate was tough, because you could kind of feel it for your guys going off. Here we go. But then you guys were able to fight your way back in.
Yeah. I mean, the Aubies recruited us, and we kind of, Troy, Gams, Butchie, Ditz, and us, so we kind of feel obligated to do whatever it takes for them, or for us to win, and because they recruited us, so we have to show and compete.
We could tell when Troy Terry scored that goal. That was no joke.
Yeah,
that was
no.
his legit celebration.
You can tell me right now, he sat here too. He was upset the other night when you guys lost, and he said before he came on here, Marty, I'm not really happy right now. And just so we went a little light on a few of these. And, But anyway, in reality, it's a beer league tournament when you break it down, but it's not really a beer league tournament, is it?
I mean, we got Haydukin coming, and Turgeron, Peterson. We got there's a lot of good players like Stasny, Bozak usually come if they weren't here. So it's a fun tournament. It's only going to get better. And it's going to be
in the
awesome.
time that you've been here, it's
changed.
you and I, 3 years or so.
Yeah, off and on,
and even in that time period, it's way higher.
Oh my gosh, yeah. The first year to this year, it's been way different.
Well, and how about this, right? I mean, we joked around with our player of the game interviews and screwed around with an iPhone, and I didn't even tell you this, but last night, we're out when things are starting to calm down, and I had a team come up to me and say, this is the best dog bowl yet, and it's because of Shaw Hockey Productions and the fact that we get to do this kind of stuff now. And
all you guys, it's your guys' hard work. Keep doing it. I mean, you might not get recognized, but you guys.
It's getting pretty recognized.
It's getting pretty recognized now. So,
so
keep working hard.
Moving on, your next opponent is?
We don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah.
So we'll have to be watching the next game here and kind of figure out how things go.
Yeah. So right now, the ones that are for sure in are you guys are in. Concrete's in, and the top dogs I think are already in because of the way it's. So we know 3 of them already, and then there's a. Depending on how this other one goes, but then they're seeded throughout that, so you really could play any of those. Do you have one you want to play?
Top dogs.
You want to play? You want to play?
I want to.
Yeah.
Well, they're the top dogs.
Yeah. So. You know who put that team together, don't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. But we're gonna let you go and get back to the boys and we'll see you around the rest of the day. We are going to surprise a couple people with checks, and I know you guys passed the envelope around there, and just heard a little bit earlier between the auction and the envelope, we're over $50,000 just on those 2 alone.
Right.
Incredible, right?
Good job, boys.
All righty.
Thank you so much.
You have a good one.
All right, this is Todd Gerke and Marty Richardson. Just had another fantastic Platinum game. Stick with us. Stay tuned. We've got more to come. Thank you so much.
here with Ben and Lindsay Witter from Allstate, and you guys are just so amazing. You've been so generous in terms of your time, and for Dog Bowl 10, you guys are the Allstate Helping Hands sponsor. So tell us a little bit about what that means.
Through Allstate as an agency owner, the Allstate Foundation creates opportunities to get involved in the community and to give back, and so that's what we used that opportunity for, was to apply for a grant, and we were grateful to get it approved, where the Allstate Foundation has given $5,000 to Dog Nation as support, and additional opportunities to raise some more funding through volunteer hours. So we're trying to get some other Allstate agencies involved throughout the city to come volunteer with us, and yeah, hopefully year over year we'll be able to grow that opportunity even more.
Absolutely, and what a great match, right? I mean, as you think about Helping Hands, right? Dog Nation isn't Dog Nation without all the people that it takes, all these helping hands to, from our scorekeepers to our folks wiping down the food tables outside right now to folks, hauling beer buckets around, making sure guys get their cold beer after a game. People printing posters to make sure that sponsors are thanked. I mean, silent auction, we have over 120 silent auction items that have been donated. So you think about that analogy of like helping hands, it just takes all of these helping hands to make it happen. The Shaws coming in and covering all the games for us. I mean, it's just an amazing analogy of helping hands. You're in good hands. And cool. So, there's no way Dog Nation can do what we do, no matter what event it is, without that. And so, tell us about you guys. I know are really involved in the community. I've seen that because I also coach at Chatfield High School, and that's where I first met you guys. So tell us a little bit about that. Just your guys' approach to philanthropy and giving back, which is another match to Dog Nation.
Yeah. So we bought our business in 2016, and that was kind of one of the things that we were passionate about is how can we use that to serve the community well. So yeah, I reached out to a few different local high schools, and thankfully was able to connect well with you guys and get plugged in with Chatfield football. So yeah, it's just kind of our belief is we want to not only have a business that serves people, but we want that business to contribute well to the community and have as big of an impact as we can, and just get to meet great people like you and have fun doing it. Yeah, absolutely. And I know that one of the fun times we've had is working the Dog Nation Winter Classic. Lindsay, tell us about your role in that event up in Silverthorne, Colorado.
Yeah, so we did the hot chocolate tent extravaganza. It was a lot of fun. It was my first time being involved in something like this.
Yeah.
But it was fun just to get to meet some of the players out there and just serve them hot chocolate. And
it was such a warm Colorado day that day.
It was so warm.
I think it was that Saturday morning when you guys pulled up, and I just had this big smile because here I am, I just love the cold, and I'm sure I was looking at you going, oh my God, she's gonna kill Ben later. It's like minus 10,
yeah,
and
it was great.
And it was brutally cold. And so great connection again to paint a full picture of like giving back. We have you guys helping to scorekeep games, helping to run around all 9 rinks, run on the ice, right? And collect all the score sheets and get them back to our scorekeeper. Yeah. And then you guys are bringing people hot cocoa, and we have these Chatfield kids that are out there in Vikings jerseys over a hoodie with sweatpants and tennis shoes going, I'm cold, and you're bringing them hot cocoa, right? So,
it was fun.
Yeah, so it all kind of cobblestones together to create this incredible, these incredible memories. But really, what do you guys think about in terms of that night and what you've seen with Dog Nation in terms of all that work coming together for, helping people and, the check recipients that night and stuff? It's amazing. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't feel like work, really. Yeah. It's when you get to witness life-changing gifts. Yeah, it's so cool to be a part of. I feel like we get more out of it than we give, Yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah. And I know that that was really special. I know that when we bring sponsors in, and whether they're volunteering their time, talent, or you know, or money, we want them to see that because that's what it's about, right? You got a 38-year-old widow who just lost her husband and has a, you know, pregnant, 8 months pregnant, little boy on her hip, and we're giving her a check from Pond Hockey for $40,000 to transition her in this time of loss, and most importantly, let her know she's loved, and you know, by people she hasn't even met, you know, where we truly kind of go, okay, that was worth it, right? That was worth freezing a couple days for, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, and then as I think about this Dog Bowl, I know that you know, we're trying to rally you know, a bunch of all-state agencies. Where, again, people coming together from different agencies around the Denver metro area and helping out at the Dog Bowl. So, yeah. So, thank you guys. I appreciate your just your willingness to be part of it, and thank you for all your generosity.
Absolutely, man.
turn it up. And good afternoon from the Edge Ice Arena in Littleton, Colorado. This is the Dog Bowl, brought to you by Dog Nation Hockey Foundation. I'm Manny Furtado for the Shaw Hockey Network, and I'm joined today with Nick Meldrum. Nick, welcome to the Color, and we also have Marty Richardson here.
Thanks, Manny.
So Nick is with the University of Denver hockey program, and Nick, tell us a little bit about what you do there.
I'm the head equipment manager for the hockey team there. This is going to be my 11th season there. Had a lot of these guys that have been playing in the Dog Bowl, so it's been great to come out here and see some of them.
Well, we're glad to have you here, and you've got some stories that we would never get otherwise. So that's exactly why we brought you on, isn't it, Marty?
That's right. We're looking for some dirt on a couple of these guys.
Well, that or we're looking for some sticks. I mean, one of the two things. I don't know. We'll see.
We've had a lot of DU guys this weekend.
Absolutely. We've got some out there right now. We got Gabe Gauthier, number 9, playing over here for the Mainline West Top Dogs. And speaking of this group, we also have a father-son duo out there. We have Ken Klee playing against Mason Klee.
Yeah, Mason's over there in the red helmet. And so he's easy to find. He's got red pants on too, right, I think?
And here we go. We're about ready to start. David Clarkson will take the face-off, and he's going up against Lubanski. And Lubanski wins the opening face-off, and it's slid over by Hanley, and they try and send it up to the center ice. And there is the new player, Justin Chalfant, number 7 for this Mainline West team. So Justin is out there, and Marty, maybe you want to tell a little bit of story there. Hayduk brings it in.
Justin
nice it 1-0, and he gets an assist.
Justin gets an assist. So what happened with this young man, Justin, earlier this week, we got a random $5,000 donation to Dog Nation, and we were looking at online who made it, and Cindy, my wife, said a guy named Justin Chalfant. You know him? You seem to know all the guys. I said, I don't know this guy. And turns out he had heard about Dog Nation, never played, just thought it was a cool organization. And as a reward, I gave him a call and said, feel like playing with the Top Dogs for a game? And here we are.
Wow.
How cool is that?
That's pretty cool.
And then gets an assist on his first shift.
He gets an assist on his first shift to none other than Milan Hayduk.
Yeah.
That's one that, I'll tell you, Marty, that might be worth 10 grand.
Oh, I think so, yeah. We might hit him up again next, right?
Someone get him the newspaper clipping for that one.
Yeah.
And here the Vigilantes work to get it out of their zone. Garrett Devine reverses and sends it back over to the near side, and in stride, here comes Lubanski. Lubanski's got a man on the far side, and a sliding save as Casey Sherwood keeps it a 1-0 game. Back come the Top Dogs. Top Dogs bringing it in. Jan Heda looking in down low, and the back pass there was intended as Peter Senya was looking for Gabe Gauthier. Gabe Gauthier, number 9, out there in front of the cage there, looking for a rebound, and he almost had it there. As stepping in was Kevin Ulansky as well. A couple of former DU teammates out there, Ulansky and Gabe Gauthier. Gauthier sitting up on the top of the circle. Meanwhile, the puck is fished back up high. Stepping in from his deep position is number 41, Barry Goers. We mentioned his name all night last night. Goers was out there and active as can be. Number 28, Jankowski, the captain for this Vigilante squad, sends it up, and they go for a line change. And there's Mason Klee on there. We were talking about him. His brother Garrett did not play in this year. Garrett plays for Northern Michigan, Mason for RPI. They've got a younger brother. He could be the best one yet. And his name is Bugs, otherwise known. That's David Klee. And he plays for the Colorado Thunderbirds. His father, who just touched up the puck there, sends it over to Barry Goers, is one of the coaches over there. Mason makes a nifty move and then a toe drag past Barry Goers, tries to find the middle, but his father reads his pass and sends it back up to the right-hand side. Here comes the Top Dogs. Drop pass there, but disrupted nicely by Stephane Perreault, who stepped into that. Circling his shot, big save by Plants. Back down, rolling puck, who controls, picked back up by number 20, Charlie Kiefer. Steady Kiefer. Back over to the left side, Matt Francois finds Mason Key. Mason Klee hands it back off, and over on the left-hand side, taking the zone is Matt Francois. Francois stymied there by Ken Klee. Klee takes him into the corner. Puck goes down low. I got to say both Klee's name. Mason Klee this time with the puck. Tries to work his magic past Aiden Thompson out of Fort Collins, and then he can't do so. Puck is picked back up. Here's the shot, just misses, as that was the other number 23, Easton Armstrong. He's one of the two sons out here that is with Derek Armstrong from the LA Kings. Here's a quick shot as Perreault sends one up and over the cage.
So we have a DU recruit here, Matt. You want to talk about, or Nick, you want to talk about him a little bit? He's not allowed to talk about him.
You know what? We're going to move on. Let me tell you about his goal last night, though. He came down the right-hand side, and he had speed that separated himself.
He did.
And just sent it
We're
top
allowed
shelf.
to talk about him.
We're allowed to talk about him all we can. I'm not under quarantine. I'm not under employment. Yet. Meanwhile, puck comes back out. Here comes Hayduk, or Johnny Mitchell. Mitchell, number 79, looking up ice. And back behind was Pugno. Pugno with the puck, and Pugno turned aside as Pober puts a little pressure on him back behind the cage. And Aaron McKenzie sends it back over. Puber sends it back over to the left-hand side. Mitchell takes it out of the zone. He's got a man in front of him. That's Derek Armstrong. McKenzie's on the far side, or excuse me, Clarkson's on the far side. Now Clarkson's back behind him, and Stewart takes it away. Stewart with a little bit of speed, and chasing it down is Alec Orm. Alec Orm is a new player here for the Vigilantes, and Orm wearing that full white jersey, looking for the turn feed, and the puck is taken down into the middle, but the play is read nicely and reversed. Back up into the neutral zone, it's Derek Armstrong staying on sides nicely. Was McKenzie, toe drag move, sweeping shot, and the save is made by Plants. Keeping it a 1-0 game at 9:48 remaining in this first. Looking to fish one up into the middle was Derek Armstrong, but it was read and taken away by Jovan Zimmerman. Zimmerman drop pass there, loses it, and the jam up in front of the top Dawgs bench, and the puck comes right over, and sliding looking for it was number 7. There goes Chalfont. Chalfont scrambles back to his skates, and the puck is picked up and fished down low. Looking for it on the far side. Drop down it below the boards. It's Devine. Devine looking for it right in front in the side of the cage, and there's Chalfont again getting a stick on it. Now he stick challenges, and over at the side the puck is hoisted and up and into the netting.
Yeah, Chalfont, you're getting to call his name a little bit. I think his family's out there listening to this one and I am watching.
You know what? He's got a great French hockey name, and so you know, it's Font. I can't say it right. My wife would be. She'd say you're terrible. Just don't even try. Shot, and there was a stick save there made by Casey Sherwood, who was so solid last night in last night's big win, 3-0. Here comes Milan Hayduk. Milan Hayduk with the head up and avoids one. Looks around. There's a shot. Goal! Chalfont scores!
And he scored!
Gets a goal from Milan Hayduk. And look at the smile on his face, Marty.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine that, Nick?
Unbelievable.
This is Chalfont. And just waiting on that far side, and look at the presence of mind that Chalfont shows, and not only that, but he top shelves it. That's beautiful.
Far side, great goal.
That was a legit goal.
You know, I don't think, and here goes Hayduk, and Hayduk makes it look easy. I was just going to say, I don't think Forsberg to Hayduk has anything on Chalfont to Hayduk.
And vice versa. Chalfont is a +3, by the way. Right?
Yeah.
Pretty easy math there. Speaking of math, I was told before the game that these guys, if they don't lose by more than 5, that they'll go through. The Vigilantes.
Okay. If they don't lose by more than 5, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, that is great news, as the Vigilantes have a 1 point in this tournament. Sweeping in and just missing the short side there was number 71, Kevin Edwards. And tracked down over on the far side, Garrett Devine looks for a man, and it's Edwards again. Edwards is buzzing out there. He was wide open and got lost in all of the traffic. Back down low, looking for it is number 10, Levinsky, and the shot gets deflected over to the near side boards. Looking back up for it is Schwab. Schwab puts one on, and it's gloved down and left there by Sherwood. Sherwood hands it off to Klee, who finds Gabe Gauthier. Gauthier comes in, finds Ulansky. Ulansky turned aside by Mason Klee, and the big defenseman Klee takes the puck away. Kiefer walks in. Kiefer, one hand on the stick, brings it in, sends a pass as the intended target was Matt Francois. Puck to the side of the doorstep, back out as Hayduk was looking to streak, or maybe that's not Hayduk this time, that looks like Armstrong. And the jam up right in front, Klee's in the mix. Meanwhile, Kiefer fishes it back up high to Perreault. Perreault swings it over to the left-hand side, picked up by Hanley, can't get the shot up. Chop play, Ulansky's coming away with it as Perreault backs away. Ulansky's got it right on the far side. Back pass looking from Aiden Thompson. Thompson trying to be unselfish. Puck comes back up, working his way in. And Thompson with the puck. Thompson, the DU recruit, leaves it back up high. Fishing, coming back in is Johnny Mitchell. Johnny Mitchell, stymied by Klee, gets a stick on it and pokes it free. Puck comes up at the right-hand side. Here comes Stephane Perreault. Stephane Perreault backed off by Barry Gowers. Meanwhile, Klee watches him go back high, and Mason Klee picks it back up. Mason Klee, avoiding the forecheck, sends it back down along the half wall. Pick back up. Klee waiting for a drive, and the shot rising up high. Jewett makes the save. Gowers clears, hoists the puck. Bouncing puck, takes a funny bounce. Picked back up by Aiden Thompson. Thompson recoils back up high. He's got a man coming in. Here's the drive and the shot, and it's a glove save right there by Plants.
Johnny Hayda sneaking in from the blue line there.
We haven't seen, we'd love to see Hayda get a goal here.
We would. Especially he and I like to fight over number 8 when we were on the same team. As you know, at the tournament that you were
I think if it was arm wrestling, you would lose that one, Marty. So, but maybe I wouldn't count you out. I don't think anybody should count you out for anything. Orm was looking for it, couldn't come up with it. Jankowski has it. Jankowski tries to send it up the boards, but Aiden Thompson snipes it away. Picked back up. Here's the sweeping shot as Gauthier was looking for it, and back down low. Excuse me. That is one of the Armstrong boys. That is Dawson Armstrong. Dawson Armstrong with the puck, slides it back down low. Looking back for Hayda. Hayda holds his man off and sends it back over to the far side, where it's picked back up by Mitchell. Mitchell making one man hold off. That's Orm. Orm is the new player, number 40 for this Vigilante team. Puck comes up to McKenzie. Back over to Mitchell. Mitchell has it stripped off his stick, but only momentarily as he regathers it in. Stewart thought he had daylight. Meanwhile, who does have daylight is Pober. Pober sends it back over. Onside. No.
So, Nick, I know you were talking to some of the guys from the prior game. What did they think of this?
Oh, they have a blast. They're had nothing but good things to say. They're all excited to be able to play together right now, when normally they'd be working out together at DU. But they're having a blast. They're all smiles coming off the ice, that's for sure.
And there was a menace.
That was both teams, too.
Yeah.
Peter Senya, who's a thorn in the side of those early DU squad teams when he won the Hobie Baker, is out there, number 13. Derek Armstrong. Armstrong battling and has it taken off his stick by Alec Orm. Alec Orm with a man closing, and Orm sends a backhand pass. It just misses, and his intended target was Charles Stewart. Coming back the other way, punch pass up to the middle. Klee gets a stick on it. It's taken one-handed by number 22. Looking forward is Stewart. Stewart skates past, and the puck comes over to the near side. Back up high. Gowers with it. Advances it over to Derek Armstrong. Armstrong fishes it back over, and cycling in. Senya looks for it, but he isn't able to get it off as Hanley takes it away from him. Hanley headmans it back up over to Devine. Devine makes Derek Armstrong miss. Devine back behind the cage on his backhand, cycling, and swatting at it there was Clarkson. Meanwhile, shot jammed, never got through. Puck goes back over to the right-hand side. It's Armstrong. Armstrong looking over his shoulder. Now he'll take a little time and get some relief. It picked up by Hayduk. Hayduk's shot, a riser headhunter, just misses.
What do you think? Do you think he could still play in the NHL?
He's still got it. He's still fun to watch, man.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, it's been quite a few years since he retired, and he is out there with D1 guys, NHLers.
You know, you wonder if he wonders, hey, maybe I come back for a shortened season with just playoffs.
That's great. Impressive, though.
Exactly, it sure is.
Growing up in Detroit, I kind of hope he doesn't decide that.
There is Dawson Armstrong. Dawson Armstrong, number 23. Excuse me, that is Easton, number 23. Dawson is a number 9. And back over to the left-hand side, and the shot scales off the glass. Coming back the other way, picked up by Schwab. Schwab tries to put it in, and the loose puck, and the shot gets hits a couple of shin pads there. Meanwhile, comes back over. The shot is a riser, just missing the corner as Devine misses. Devine calling for it again. He's all over the ice. Devine rides it up the left wing board, sends a back pass down. And dragging it back up is 71, Kevin Edwards. Back to Edwards, just skips off his stick, can't get it off, and Devine again on the doorstep, but Sherwood holds for the whistle.
So Nick's a Detroit guy, and we've all heard of the Gordie Howe hat trick, right?
We have.
So doesn't Chalfont need to just drop the mitts here, and he's got it?
That'd certainly make his first game a memorable one.
You know what? Marty, that's a good point. I think you should point that out in between periods, and maybe you can jump down there and see if he can't get that accomplished. Here comes Aiden Thompson. Thompson sends it in the middle. Goal! Scored by Kevin Ulansky. Ulansky buries it, and it's 4-0, and Ulansky finds the top part of the net. And here's the replay as Aiden Thompson comes in. He delivers it to Ulansky. Ulansky had to pick up that puck on his backhand, and he sends a wrister, and it glances off of Kyle Plants, and Ulansky makes it 4-0.
Yuli's a goal scorer. At DU, at the Eagles, that's what that guy could do.
I was going to say he had himself a pretty good career all the way around.
Clee calling for it up high. Puck comes over to Perot on the right-hand side. He fishes one up ahead to Charlie Kiefer, but Kiefer can't control, and coming back is Ulansky. Lansky trying to return the favor to Aiden Thompson, and Thompson takes a shot, and it's right in the breadbasket. Saved by Kyle Plants. And there's the buzzer signaling the end of the first period, and with the score 4-0. Let's recap it for you. Hayduk got him going from Chalfont. Chalfont gets his first goal of the tournament, and that comes from Hayduk. Hayduk got the third goal, and then Ulansky scores from Thompson. That's where we stand. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
I think the score is, being 4-0, but at times the game was back and forth, good pace, and a lot of these guys are still fun to watch. Both D1, D3, and pro hockey players together out here on the ice. It's been a good combination. There's a lot of guys touching the puck, and just seeing, like you said, Chalfont coming out here and doing what he's done. I mean, I think this is a fun thing to watch right now.
Yeah, that's got to be the story of the game right now, right?
Oh, it's what a great story, and you just look at Hayduk, right? Hayduk wants to set him up. He wants to make this guy's, time on the team fantastic. And so I go into the locker room, as you know, and I'm checking any new ads, and they give me his name, and I don't recognize it, and I sit next to him. I'm like, can you spell that? And can you say that for me? And then I look at him and I said, where did you play? And he said, the Promenade. so he's like, look, dude, I'm just a beer leaguer at heart, and that's all I am. And I said, hey, terrific, good to have you. And it's good to see him so welcomed on this team, isn't it?
Yeah, isn't that what Dog Nation's all about, though?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Nick's been privy to quite a few of our Czech presentations right there at DU, and has helped me do some of the most memorable ones where he probably one of the most memorable was McKenna Russin, where you actually made a jersey for her, right?
Yes, sir.
And boy, what a tearjerker night.
Yeah.
And back to the live action. Here comes, and the shot. What a whistle by Johnny Mitchell. And coming back, here come the Vigilantes. Bringing it back in is Pober. Pober back over the circles, but he stick checked nicely by Puño, number 15. And the pass just past the outstretched reach there of number 9. That's Dawson Armstrong. Marty, tell the story of a couple of 9s and a couple of 23s out there for this Top Dog team. It's a great story.
Anybody that's follows hockey at all knows about the Humboldt Broncos. And Dog Nation's been really instrumental in helping those guys get through that. I'll let you take this one here.
Johnny Mitchell drives it down Broadway in a nice little save by Plant.
Yeah, so there was actually 16 folks that perished in that, 13 that survived. And of those 13, 5 of those have now come down to Colorado with part of Dog Nation. One of those was, the first one that came along was a young man named Grayson Cameron. Oh, there we go, close one again. Grayson Cameron wore number 9, and he missed an entire year with a broken back, and miraculously came back last year and became the first captain since the accident. And he was supposed to come to this tournament, but because of the closed border and COVID, he wasn't able to come. So that's the first one. We'll hit the other one a little bit later.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was it was a great story that you had a couple of jerseys made for these guys, and now we see their jerseys out there and being played in, and it's just fantastic. Here comes back to the live action. Puck is picked back up by Armstrong, and Armstrong delivers it to Hayduk. Hayduk transitions back into the zone, leaves it there, looking for number 27, Clarkson, and the backhander just misses as he was looking for the far side of the net. Meanwhile, back to Milan. Hayduk back to Clarkson, makes it look easy. 5-0.
Well, that was that number they didn't want to get to, by the way, Nick. so right now, I think the Vigilantes are going to have to score a goal. And judging by the way the Top Dogs are coming out, Nick, I don't know.
They're a force to be reckoned with, that's for sure.
And Barry Goer sends it up high. There's Derek Armstrong. Interesting note about Armstrong, I'll get to it in just a second, as we have a rush here from Devine. Devine fans on one, and he buries it, and he cuts the lead to 4.
Wow. Nice goal.
Devine, and he finds the top half of the net, and he beats Casey Sherwood. And here's the replay, and he fanned on it. I think that threw off Casey Sherwood, and then he sends it up and over his left-handed glove. Here it is from behind the cage. And again, that video replay, courtesy of Shaw Hockey Productions, and Mike Shaw and Suzanne Shaw here running the camera and the board for us. 5-1.
Yeah, that's Casey Sherwood's first goal he's given up whole tournament.
Yeah,
and it was a whistler.
There you go. That was it was a well-deserved goal. It was almost a giveaway there. Picked back up as Hayduk headmans it over to Derek Armstrong, and Armstrong returns it back to Hayduk, and it's through the wickets, picked up by Clarkson. Clarkson working off the wall, trying to send it down low, finds Armstrong. Armstrong cross ice, finds Milan Hayduk back up high. Goers hot off the boards, and the puck comes right out into the center slot area where it's picked back up by Edwards. Edwards banks one off, and hustling down there is Devine. Devine gets there, and a quick little pass back to Lubanski. Lubanski down low, back to Devine. Devine working off of Goers, and Goers forces the puck into the near side corner, but he can't clear it, and the shot, it was a funny shot off the half boards, and it kind of surprised Casey Sherwood.
It did, I did. I got to tell you, the one that's got the jump on this Vigilantes, Devine, he's created a lot of chances. Not a real big surprise to me that he was the one that scored the goal.
Yeah.
And last time we called his name a lot as well, so he's been consistent. Here's the kid, Aiden Thompson takes the face-off, but it's won by the Vigilantes, and the shot gets deflected off a body and up and into the netting.
A few of these guys do come from out of town for this tournament, and one of them is Casey Sherwood. He flew in from Dallas to play this one, and used to play for the Denver Cutthroats locally here.
And there was Mason Klee with a headhunter. It goes up and over. Klee, good size right in front with the hands, and he takes the shot, and a huge save is made by Sherwood, keeping it out. Klee found himself all alone in there, and the defenseman, he's not used to being in the low slot. He's getting to play a little bit different position this time, and he's lined up against Easton Armstrong, who he knows well from his old Foothill days when his father was a coach. Here, Perot's shot. The whistle's wide, and there's time. Puck comes out hot off the boards, and there was Chapeau who putting the pressure on. Streaking in was Matt Francois, but Francois is shouldered off nicely by Aiden Thompson. Leaves the puck there, but it's Klee who comes up with it. Klee back down low, looking for Number 9, that was Francois right in front. Again, Cleach making a living in front, but he hasn't been able to cash in. Here's the outlet pass, gets picked off, and coming back the other way is Hanley. Hanley drives it in. Hanley sandwiched between a couple, but Clee's got it. Clee, a little backhander, and Sherwood holds it there.
Vigilantes kind of tilting the ice a little bit right now.
They sure have. They've got some new life here. Marty, they must have known, 5 goals, and they're gonna keep it tight now.
They're the ones that told me.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Yeah.
They've done all the mathematical calculations. I thought we were leaving that to Toronto.
Yeah.
We're back. The shot goes wide, and stepping in is Perreault. Perreault picks it up on the edge of the circle, and a backhander right in front. Loose puck, but it's picked back up, and here comes the top Dogs. It's Mitchell. Mitchell looking back over to the right-hand side. Ulansky drags it in, and a nice play there by Hanley as he goes down low to stop the action. Puck is picked right back up to Mitchell. Mitchell circling back to Ulansky, back up to Gowers. Gowers sends it over to the far side, and it's one more time. There's Gabe Gauthier. Gabe Gauthier sends it back to Ulansky. What a shot by Ulansky. You talk about a goal scorer's shot.
Yeah.
He was looking for it. Gauthier punches it in there. Mitchell will give chase. Ulansky covers this right-hand side. Meanwhile, Gauthier closing in on Hanley. Hanley holds it there, tipped aside. Hanley back to it, and this time he works it up the wall, and it's booted there by Jan Heda, soccer style. Perreault chases the puck down up the left wing boards, brings it back up, avoids one, long pass. Goers reads it. Goers walks it in, sends it over to Ulansky. Ulansky looks for Gabe Gauthier. Gauthier, far side, shot by Mitchell is deflected and didn't get through. Touched up there, and it's a foot race as Stewart brings it in. Stewart with Clee on him, and Clee forces him to the outside. Clee with a smile on his face, you gotta love it. Here's the shot on the far side, and it's right on the doorstep. Looking for his one is Kevin Edwards. Edwards was there, he was all alone. Stepping into the play, and out comes Armstrong. This is Dawson Armstrong, the older brother, and it's puck passed right into Peter Senya from CC fame. Back to Armstrong. Armstrong back below. Gets knocked off the puck by Devine, but fights through it. Tries to work it up. Edwards has it. Edwards outlet pass, and it comes back out to center. Edwards calls for it again. He receives it. And Clee, steady Clee, or excuse me, that's McKenzie over there. McKenzie, sorry about that. Meanwhile, puck goes back over to the left-hand side, and Derek Armstrong knows he might have missed one. He had daylight in front of him. I do have a trivia question for you. Who's the only player on the ice right now that has won an Emmy?
I do know that one because you sent me the picture of it.
There we go.
That would be Derek Armstrong.
That would be Derek Armstrong. So, and he's up for another one, he says, this year. He's got a show in LA, and for Armstrong, it's just about perfect, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right up through the gut. And that is Armstrong looking for it. Derek Armstrong has it. A little back pass. Senya from his knees takes the shot. And a nice save by Plants to keep it a 4-goal deficit. Puck comes back over to the right-hand side. Back up high. And it's Derek Armstrong taking it. He looks inside. He finds Clarkson. Clarkson has it stripped off his stick as Garrett Devine had double-teamed him. And Mason Clee looking for the home run pass. Got behind the defense. There's McKenzie. McKenzie back over. And cross ice feed, long play. Clarkson's got it, finds Armstrong. Armstrong down low. Hayduk, Armstrong shot just misses. Clee goes back into the corner, picks it back up. That's Mason Clee. Closing in is Hayduk. Hayduk gives him a little bump there, and coming up the left-hand side, cross ice feed, bumped up. Devine leaves it there. He's out of gas. He's going for a line change and stepping back in with those young legs. Here comes Hayduk. Hayduk leaves it to drive. Just misses.
That was Army.
Army, he's done that in my backyard. Amazing. Here comes Clee. A little toe drag move. Hayduk picks up the spilled milk and sends it long and looking for Army again. Does he have another drive in him? Army holding it there. Mason Clee comes in, fishes it back, and Johnny Mitchell coming up with it. Mitchell, excuse me, that is Heda, sends it back down low. Heda picks it back up on the half boards with the white helmet, and he gets held up there, and the puck is forced free. We have a 2-on-1. Goers is back. Looking for it there is Zimmerman. He's got Clee on the far side, but couldn't get it to him. Stepping in to pick up the puck is Aiden Thompson. Back to Goers, up to Hayduk. Hayduk at the line. Hayduk brings it to the middle. Thompson comes in. Thompson down Broadway, scores! Thompson from Hayduk makes it 6-1.
Oh, back to that 5-goal gap there again. That's assuming the Vigilantes know how to do math. So they asked me, I go, you guys sure? And they said, you should know, you're the CPA, but I haven't really looked at it yet myself. So I'm assuming they're right.
I think they probably do. With 2:56 remaining in the second period, a 5-goal lead for the top dogs. And tracking down the puck is Armstrong, and right in front looking for a goal. His second of the game, looking for it was Chalfant. Chalfant out of the corner, delivers it, pass over to the side half boards, and looking for it there was Armstrong. That was Easton Armstrong, number 23. Puck comes back to Klee. Punch pass there. Easton Armstrong brings it in. He's got a long stick. He's playing in the dub this past year. And coming out with the puck, here comes the Vigilantes with 2:20 remaining in the second period. And there is the Ken Klee defensive position that you saw for over 600 NHL games. Puck is on the far side, and from his knees, looking for the pass, or looking for the puck, was number 4, Kyle Pober.
Yeah, I think that went off the crossbar right there, Manny. I'm not sure if we're going to see a replay on that one, but it looked like it hit the crossbar and went up into the netting.
So the faceoff stays inside the zone. Marty, you got it. And for Klee, I misspoke. That was 934 NHL games.
Wow. Shorted him a few there.
About 300. Just about. Quick shot from the point, and Zimmerman's shot is controlled. Back to Jan Heda. Heda banks it back. And the long pass up through middle. Chalfant makes a nifty play as he finds Easton Armstrong, and stepping in right here in front of us is Pugna, the defenseman. Back over to Easton Armstrong, and running into the freight train was Caleb Schwab. Schwab took the worst of that one.
Looked like father like son there, huh?
Yeah, Derek's got a few on Easton. Easton's got a ways to go, but here is puck is redirected back behind Sherwood's goal, and coming away with it is Lubanski. Lubanski looks for his man up high. That's Bryce Jankowski. Bryce, the captain of this squad, and ouch. That one hurt, and Mitchell is wincing. You could hear that from up here, couldn't you, Marty? If you couldn't hear it, you could see it. That's for dang sure. Puck comes back to Goers. Goers pressured by Lubanski. Advances it back up through center. Looking for Ulansky was Gabe Gauthier. Gauthier was there, and coming down the left-hand side, the shot glances off the glove. That was Kevin Edwards. Puck picked off. Nice little play by who but Garrick Devine. Devine has been all over it. Coming back, and Devine on the back check disrupted that play, as there was an opportunity on the near side.
Yeah, that was two DU teammates there between Gauthier and Ulansky, and pretty nice little setup there.
Yeah.
They've probably done that a few times over the years.
Yeah.
After 2, it is 6-1, and the second period goals were Clarkson. Devine gets the Vigilantes on the board, and then Aiden Thompson makes it 6-1. That's where we stand, gentlemen.
Yeah. So you don't want to jinx the kid, but right now we got a assist, a goal, and it would be the GW. Would it not?
It would, yeah. It would.
Yeah.
Marty, talk about the game that we have coming up a little bit later. We've got a sled game.
Oh yeah, we got some kids playing right after this. Stick around. We're gonna keep this thing rolling for a couple hours, and we've got youth sled hockey right after this. These are some amazing young kids. Anything from cancer to spina bifida to cerebral palsy, all kinds of stuff. And these kids, they don't know how to say no, and they get out here and they're going to just work as hard as these kids, right? You've seen
awesome.
This stuff.
Yeah, it's we've had a few of the games, and thanks to you guys with at the DU games in intermission, and it's awesome to see.
Yeah, so I'm going to have a special guest on that one doing color with us. It's going to be Brandon Adam, who used to a former U.S. National Development Team player. Knows a little bit something about sled hockey.
I'll tell you what, that's fantastic to see the kids out here. And we have another sled game a little bit later after that as well. So we got back-to-back sled games. We're looking forward to seeing that action as coming out is Armstrong. Dawson Armstrong holds it there. Looks for right in the middle, and the shot. It was a blistering shot from Ken Klee, and that one just misses. Klee picks up the puck in front of us here and looks cross ice, makes a nifty little pass. And this one goes off a stick. Klee looks to settle it, but Perreault comes in and takes it away from behind him. Working off the wall, Mitchell sends it back over to Armstrong. Mitchell makes a nifty little move, brings it in and snipes it bottom portion of the cage. And beautiful play by Mitchell, and he makes it 7-1.
It's Mitchie's first, isn't it?
And we watch Mitchell. It's his first this game. And Mitchell walked in, and he squares up, and Kyle Plants didn't have much of a shot there as he was left all alone. Vigilantes control it off of the faceoff. Schwab's got it, sends it back over to 27, Zimmerman. Zimmerman sends it back in, gets deflected, and chasing it down is Matt Francois. Francois played his youth hockey here in the local area, played for the Thunderbirds. And Mason Klee, I almost said Garrett Klee. Mason Klee takes a flyer, and this one goes into the near side corner where Francois gets knocked off the puck. Meanwhile, Armstrong hoists it, and backhanded pitchfork pass comes back over, but it's taken by Charlie Kiefer. Kiefer tries to fish one over as he had Mason Klee on the far side. Now in stride comes Senya. Senya brings it in just inside the line, finds McKenzie. McKenzie, far side, shot, goal, scored. And Derek Armstrong gets his first. Good to see. Armstrong from McKenzie and Senya.
Yeah, Army just drove in 2 days ago, 20-hour drive, California with the two boys. They actually upped their trip by 2 days just so they could come play in this tournament.
And this was their home rink when they were here in town here. So they played with the Klees. In fact, Derek coached with Ken Klee. And they were quite a duo. We had some great teams here at Foothills. Speaking of that, Derek Armstrong pokes it free, picks it back up, sends it right up into the high slot. They're looking for Armstrong. Armstrong's got his eye on Goers, but that pass goes a bit too far. Goers couldn't track it down. He sends it back up through the middle, and a little back pass there from Clarkson. Clarkson looks for the return feed, but it get clipped off of a blade and never got through. Senya comes up with it, leaves it for Clarkson. Clarkson working the center, and it comes back over where it's poked in by Jan Heda. Heda keeps it alive. Back over to the far side, and Goers makes a nifty move, and he stretches to keep that one in. There's the shot. Shoulder save, bouncing puck. Senya comes up with some nifty mitts, works it to get over to Derek Armstrong, but can't do so. Mason Klee banks it off the boards. Stewart gets there, but not before Heda moves it back up to the left wing boards. Stepping in is Pober. Pober back to Heda. Heda's got time. Heda head up, shakes one man off, sends it back up to the mid-ice. That was Hayduk. Hayduk takes it into the zone. He's got Derek Armstrong on one side, and on the far side, he's got Clarkson. Misses Clarkson. Pober comes away with it. Pober headmans it up to Stewart. Stewart with a stride. Klee back, or McKenzie back. I think I've done that twice. Man, they look a lot alike. Back up the half boards. Here comes Easton Armstrong. Eastern Armstrong looking for an outlet. It's Hayduk. Hayduk brings it in back below the line. Looks for an outlet. Hayduk now will take it into the low slot area. Bounces it back. Picked up by McKenzie, and McKenzie brings it out of the zone. Leaves it there for Hayduk. Hayduk bringing it back in. Sends it back over to Easton Armstrong. Nifty little move. Squares up. Takes the shot, and a pad save there made by Plants. Plants, it's got to feel like it's a shooting gallery at this point. Banked off the boards, and picking it up in stride was the late ad Orm. Orm's got it. He's got the man in the middle. Stewart can't get the handle, and Stewart tumbles there, regathers himself, stick check from behind, and Easton Armstrong pokes it free. Back up. And a little spring play here. Stepping in is Thompson. Thompson, reminiscent of yesterday. Thompson couldn't get that one off. Is a nice play by the captain, Bryce Jankowski. Coming in is Goers. Goers makes a nifty move through his legs, puts it back in front, and it skips through a bunch of sticks, comes back over to the near side. Stepping in is number 15, Puna. Puna sends it back to Aiden Thompson, spins away from traffic, avoids a stick check, pick back up to Goers. Goers over the dot, has it stripped. Devine looks. Devine sends a beautiful pass, bouncing on sides, picking it back up. Lebinsky puts one on, but it goes over to the far side, misses. 25 Hanley picks it up, and Hanley doing some nice nifty forechecking, keeps the puck in play. Devine cross-ice feed as he was looking across, and a little backhander never made it through. Aiden Thompson with Devine tracking him back over, and Chaput sends it back over to a vacant point. Meanwhile, puck comes back over to the left-hand side. Devine's got it. Here's the shot, and it just is saved. It wasn't. It was behind. I heard a whistle. Let's go to the replay. Let's see if we've got it. And our technician, here it is. Can we hear it, though?
They're calling the whistle.
They're calling the whistle.
And this keeps our boy with the GW slot. we got to make sure he gets it.
And we've gone to Toronto, and they said no goal.
No goal.
So we're back. We're back. Nifty little move. Out comes Ulansky. Ulansky with Gabe Gauthier streaking. Gauthier streaking to the middle and to the net over on the far side, and trying to pick that puck back up. And coming away with it is number 71, Edwards. Edwards, the bouncing puck. Perot's got it. Perot shot. Wow. And where is the puck as Sherwood checks behind himself, and it's underneath him.
I think I'm hearing the cheering from the all the way out here in the Edge Ice Arena from the Chalfont house front. I'm pretty sure they're all watching their boy out there.
I would be watching too. This is not going to be missed. The nice thing is you can go back, and all these games are archived right now.
Yeah.
So you can go back and watch these games tonight. Gather the family around the fire. Here comes Ulansky back over to Mitchell. Mitchell, who took that shot into the boot. It's good to see him back out there. He's got another game today. With some speed is Kiefer. Kiefer's got Klee with him. Kiefer looking for right in the middle, and coming away with it is Gabe Gauthier. Gabe Gauthier looks for line mate, and it was Ulansky. Ulansky far side. Mitchell driving. Gauthier right in front. Meanwhile, puck bouncing and trying to keep it in was Barry Goers. Goers can't do so, but he settles things, and it's picked back up by Ulansky. Ulansky looking for Mitchell. Mitchell drags it in. He's got a man stepping right in, and that's number 9. That was Dawson Armstrong stepping in for that. Since I've seen the Armstrong boys, they've gotten a little taller, Marty.
Yeah, they're big kids, and same with me. Last time I saw them, one of them said, "Do you remember me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do remember you, but you weren't a foot taller than me," which isn't saying much, but still,
they didn't have far to go, Marty.
They did not, but they didn't have to go that far.
And knifing the puck off the stick was number 13, Peter Senya. Senya's still got it, doesn't he?
Yeah. He was telling me last night his favorite sport, believe it or not, is soccer.
Really?
Loves soccer. Says he just watches it constantly. Him and his wife play on a co-ed team together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's soccer is near and dear to your heart. Meanwhile, back to the live action. Clarkson making some nifty moves, but he can't put this one past Plants, and the score remains 8-1. Left-hand side, coming in is Hanley. Hanley with 3:04 remaining in this third period. Takes the shot, and it comes back over to Pugno. Pugno works it up the boards and calling for it, and it bounces off of a skate as Dawson Armstrong was looking to get sprung. 2:48 remaining in this contest, and Dawson Armstrong doing some good forechecking, steals it, picks it up. He's got a man looking at where to send it to, and Orm was able to get a stick on it. Meanwhile, coming back the other way, here comes Stewart. Stewart, a little drop pass to Pober. Pober, far side. Omer had take the shot, and tumbling loose puck in an empty net as Sherwood was down, and the top half of the net was wide open. Here's the drive. Sherwood lives and
we call that the Chalfont factor, how that one stayed out of the net.
Somehow. Clarkson putting them to sleep. Down takes the shot. That looked like a NHL All-Star, maybe shootout contest goal as he held on to it for quite a while. McKenzie with the puck, top of the circle, drops it there for Hayduk. Hayduk with 1:58 remaining, leaves it back for Derek Armstrong. Armstrong being watched, sends it back up high, and sends it to his son as he was trying to hit Easton, sneaking in. Coming back the other way with 1:46 remaining, but coming in, and McKenzie takes it away. Back to Armstrong. Derek Armstrong back over, one-timer shot, scores by Easton. Derek draws him in on the right-hand side, sends it back to the left, and he sets up his youngest son. Nice play.
Armstrong and Armstrong there. He squares up nice on that. That was a pretty goal.
9-1. Army to do they go by Little Armstrong?
I don't know, to tell you the truth. We'll have to ask him on one of these interviews, I guess.
And with 1:05 remaining, the score is 9-1. Aiden Thompson delivers it back over to Easton Armstrong, and it's taken from him there, and Edwards racing down. Edwards looks to put the shot on, and he does so, but puck drops down in front of Sherwood. Sherwood with 41 seconds remaining. Jankowski sends it back over to Perreault. Perreault picks it up nicely and headmans it back over to Devine with 37 seconds. The Vigilantes would love to get another goal up there on the board. Pushed around from Jankowski down into the near side corner. Coming away with it, Barry Goers has it tipped off and right in front. A shot there as Edwards was right in the slot. He was all alone that time. Perreault steps in from his deep position and continues to work the board. Loose puck squirts free, but only momentarily. And Chaput sends it back up and out. Chaffant, excuse me. 2 seconds, and there it is. There's the buzzer.
And there he goes. And who do you think's the player of the game, Nick?
I think it's safe to say our boy Chalfant.
What do you think?
You got to go with Justin. I mean, he was a late call up, and you got to have the nerves when you're called up to a big game like this, and he showed nerves of steel.
I would call that unanimous, and I think this locks down our semis, and after this, and I believe we're going to have a number one seed is going to be the top dogs, and they're going to end up playing MTech, who's going to sneak in.
Okay.
Kind of sneak in. And then we're going to have a repeat of Denver Concrete and Obby at tag again. So that was a pretty good one the other night.
Marty, I think you knew these things before. I mean, it's amazing how you've done the calculations here. So we have Concrete versus Tag, and we've got the semis with the top dogs versus MTech.
Yeah.
So MTech, like you said, survives. The MTech entered, and they each had 1 point.
They did.
And it was goals against then that ended up being the determining factor.
Yeah, I believe so. I think that's what's going again, and the goals against would have been much wider the other way. So that's the first tiebreaker. Right here's your book there.
There we go. Marty wrote the rules, so he knows them well.
So we're going to get Chalfant up here, and if you and Nick want to chat a second here, I'm going to go find him.
I'll tell you what, Nick. Glad to have you here. You saw an entertaining game here, and boy, isn't it just amazing to see these NHL players. And even though they've been away from the NHL game for a few years,
absolutely,
just sound dominating. We're going to turn around here and. You look at the players that we've got here, and you have Kevin Yolansky, Gabe Gauthier. You know those guys well.
Definitely.
Over at DU, and it's fun to see them playing with some other NHL players and high caliber players. This team is loaded. I think we have 10 NHL players on this here today, and one of the ones that we didn't see was Brett Clark. So we'll have to see if Brett Clark is going to make make it back for the semis here this evening, and certainly so. So tell us a little bit about DU hockey and what's going on with the season, the upcoming season. What's been decided, or what hasn't been decided?
You know, nothing really has been decided. The NCAA has been pretty focused on figuring out the fall sports stuff. But, you know, we're going to play at some point here, and we just need to prepare like that, and we should have a pretty good team again this year. We got some good guys returning, some really good freshmen coming in, and, you know, Coach Carl and Coach McMillan and Coach Ferguson always bring in first-class kids, and looking forward to getting them on campus here. You know, and looking down these rosters here as I'm sitting there talking to you, you know, you mentioned you got some DU alums here like Aaron McKenzie and Gauthier and you know, those guys, and Ulansky, and it's awesome to be able to see them. And in the previous game, having Troy Terry and some of these guys, it's great to come out here and see these guys and see them having another alumni game, so to speak, and getting together and having fun. And you know, it's just continuing our DU traditions.
Well, it is, and DU has such a great tradition going all the way back to Murray Armstrong.
Absolutely.
And Murray Armstrong helped build that program and put it on the map, recruiting an awful lot of Western Canadian young men, and he put them on the map with that. And Colorado has such great history of hockey with CC and Air Force, 3 Division I teams.
Absolutely.
It's fantastic to see. So DU continues to really help grow hockey here in Colorado. And I think one of the things that I find which is just fantastic to see, is these players come here from Canada or wherever, and so many more of the players now are coming from locally sourced, and they're staying here. You know, these you know, the Canadians have stayed here. You know, you look at the list of the alumni, and so many of them are still here, and they found Colorado to be a great place to raise a family and to stay here.
Absolutely. You know, some of our other guys like you know, Evan Ritt and Colin Staub, who played in the earlier game, and you know, Chris Knowlton, who was in Colorado for a bit, Evan Cowley from up in Evergreen in the last game. You know, we're getting a ton of these Colorado kids that are wanting to stay here and continue the tradition of, you know, Colorado hockey, and glad they made the decision of Denver hockey too.
Absolutely. Speaking of Chris Knowlton, he's getting married today.
Oh, that's why he's not here.
He's not here, and none of the Knowltons are here. Jimmy and Mark Knowlton and their brother Sean is down at the Air Force.
Yep.
And because of the quarantine, they had to suspend their move their wedding out, and so they ended up doing it. So anyway, a small ceremony for the Knowltons, but congratulations to Chris Knowlton.
Absolutely.
And Rachel on that. Otherwise, they have been longtime supporters of the Dog Bowl, and they would have been here. I know Kevin Connors would have loved to have him on his team. And we're going to see those guys again. We're going to see Kevin Connors along with, speaking of another one, is Ostro.
Oh, yeah, Kyle
Ostro is playing with that, so Kyle Ostro. Hank Crone is there, and Drew Shore is playing on that team.
I was just going to say, I'd be amiss to not mention the Colorado hockey connection of the Shore family. I've had those, the Shores, you know, I had Drew when I was at the National Development Program when he came in at 16 years old. We came into DU, and then I was able to have Nick and Q as well.
Q. In fact, Q would probably be here. Q just had some surgery, and so he couldn't make it. But Q is working hard today. Q actually works with us, and so the Knowltons and Luke Salazar and Q, they're all working together in real estate. So it's good to see that. So he's working hard. And I think we have our guest here. Wow, player of the game. This is amazing. So this is.
We're gonna wipe that down first.
This is Justin Chalfant.
We're going to trade places with you, Nick, there.
And
I'll let you kind of, you can take your headset off.
And Justin Chalfant.
Justin, I'm going to let you take, these ones are mine, so you're going to get
Justin,
this set here.
do you want to sit in?
Yeah, there we go. Do we got room there?
Okay. Marty?
We're good.
Excellent. Well, Justin, before this game started, I walked into the locker room and I said, are there any ads or scratches? And I don't know if they scratched Brett Clark to bring you on, but I think you were a suitable replacement here. I know Brett wasn't able to make it, and so nice to have you. And you were a little bit nervous. I got up next to you and I said, spell your name again, and you were a little bit shaky before the game. So
yeah.
Marty, talk about how this came about.
Yeah, tell the story on this.
Talk about it.
Justin, first off, congrats.
Yeah, it was a fun time. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so we got to tell the story on this one. This is a pretty amazing one. Over the last week, and we've just seen amazing thing after amazing thing happen. Right here next to me last night, right when we were on broadcast, someone literally handed us $10,000. So, but last week we got a donation online, and I came into work, and Mike Freeman said to me, "Hey, we got $5,000. It's from a guy named Justin Chalfant." And I usually know the names. He goes, "It's got to be one of your over 40 guys or something, right?" And I said, "No, never heard of that name before." And so. Wife pulled it off of the thing and had a contact on there, and we reached out and connected, right? And and I said we hadn't met before, but I said, "Hey, Justin, and what prompted you to do that?" And he said, "I just heard this was a great organization, and I was going to be in a different tournament that got canceled, and you guys went forward, so I went ahead and just donated it." Is that about right?
Yeah. So our company had like a giving campaign, and quite a few of us do hockey. So yeah, one of the employees with our company, and we've donated in the past before, had Dog Nation in mind. So yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I mean, this 5,000 comes in, and I said, so I thought, what should we do? We got to do something for that.
Yeah.
And so reached out and I asked you how good you were, right?
I said terrible.
Yeah. And I told him what we have, the top team, and he was like, "Ooh, I don't know if I want to do that." And he came back and he said, "Well, how about if I just play one game?" And right,
like
and
no championship games for sure.
Make sure I'm not the guy in the room that they're all looking at. So we brought him in. I said, "How about on Saturday?" He said, "Let's do it." And we chatted yesterday, and we kind of organized it. Talked to the boys downstairs, and I said, "You're going to have Justin coming in," and so Aaron welcomed him in there, and then he had me introduce him today, and. Then we watched you in the warm-ups. You looked a little nervous. And,
fell down a few times during the game.
And then, lo and behold, how early on, and this is all on tape, and you're going to go back and watch this, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And so it truly was the first shift. Tell us about that.
It was first shift, and you had the puck just inside of the blue line, and you made a nice little pass, and it flipped over to none other than Milan Hajduk. And Hajduk buried it for your first assist of the game, your first point of the game, and it was your first shift, which was phenomenal. So take us through that a little bit. What were you thinking?
I wasn't thinking anything. It wasn't a nice pass either. He somehow got it. But yeah, just threw it to the middle, and he was there. So
he's pretty good, huh?
Yeah. Seems to be in the right spots.
Yeah. So I saw him come up to you right after. What did he say to you?
Yeah, it's a nice job.
Did he?
Yeah.
So then. Fun. Not to be outdone,
Milan Hajduk takes the puck and in a patented fashion takes it behind the net and draws everybody to him, but you were set up perfectly. You created a little separation. You look like a pro. You created some separation. He put it on your stick. It would have been really easy, Marty, for me to fan that or for you to send it right into the pads, but take us through what you were thinking and then what you did.
No, yeah, she just passed it right on the tape, and I was just able to get it up. So I got lucky, I guess.
You put it up and over up and over the goalie's shoulder, and that was a beautiful play. And I don't know, this is gonna be a tough one to top. Did you play men's league somewhere, or where?
Yeah, so I started playing men's league like 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, like nothing growing up. We didn't have ice where I live, so yeah, relatively new.
Okay.
So yeah.
So that had to feel good when you saw that one hit the back of the net, huh?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So we got a couple of special things for you. This is a player's bag that all the players in the tournament got. You're going to have one of those. But
thank you.
What's really cool in here, you got your own dog bowl puck, game puck right there for you, my man.
Thank you.
And so, it was pretty exciting. And I don't know if you realize you also had the game-winning goal tonight. because he had
Yeah,
the score was
it
9-1. You had the second goal, and in my book, that's a GW, right?
I'll tell you what, game-winning goal. What a game! You'll never forget this moment.
Definitely not. Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, so next year you're going to have to play in the Dog Bowl. Well, you did, but like literally play on a team, bring your team out in this one, huh?
Yeah, maybe we'll get a team out here.
Yeah, so, but anyway, thanks a bunch. And, you know, kind of the other stuff along the lines of you donating here. We were kind of doing the back of the napkin a little bit earlier and kind of catch everybody up. They're counting the envelopes now. Each team, we challenge them to put as much money in the envelopes as they can, and then we help other folks with that. And before we came on air here, that number was up to $46,000.
Wow.
And that was from the teams here. And the auction itself is up over $33,000 now. So pretty easy math there to see that $79,000 between just those two pieces of this tournament. And we're going to be able to really help a lot of people with that. And it's because of people like you. I mean, it's awesome to get the goal, the assist, to get kind of almost a fantasy night for you, which you fully deserve. And it's karma, right? At the same time.
It is.
But know that your $5,000 is going to go to someone that really needs it. And that's why your jersey that you're wearing right now says "Give Back" on it. So
thanks for having me.
Yeah, we really appreciate that. And let's head on downstairs, and we'll cut this one up.
Absolutely.
And, we got a really cool one coming up.
We've got sled action. Stay with us, and then we have the semis this evening. So make sure that you're tuning in for that as well. Manny Furtado, Marty.
Yeah,
this has been fun.
Yeah.
We got more action to go.
The next is going to be really cool. We're going to the sleds next.
Absolutely. We're going to catch our breath. We'll be right back. Thanks so much for watching.
All right, bye.